It's happening? Is it happening or has it happened?
It is happening now.
Penis.
Penis.
I was in the room where it happened.
Every fucking time.
Yo.
Hello, fans and newcomers alike. We are the Wyld Cast.
Like, what are we supposed to do? Not say penis? Like, come on.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
We've been keeping it up.
You deny your...
At this
Get
point,
with
it's
it.
weird when it doesn't happen. Like, there's been times it hasn't happened, and I'm like, really? Nobody? Okay. So, covering our asses here. Slipstream is what you're hearing now. Go check out their stuff. We use their stuff and include the links in the description of our videos so we can use it royalty-free. It's nice, and they've got some pretty good tracks. Also, Tabletop Audio. They've got some new tracks that recently released, and they're pretty cool. You should go check them out. I'm a subscriber of their content, and I'm allowed to use their stuff in my videos because of that. So, if you want to do the same, go subscribe to them, and also just go check them out because they're fucking cool, and it's free. Like, yeah. It's good music. Anyway, with that out of the way, what happened last session?
We got a small list of things created and done. We talked to Irlana about having some of her honor guard replaced with somebody from Blue and Black.
She dissed Caroline.
Girl can, yeah. To be fair, she was right. You can't actually lift the armor we wanted to put you in.
That doesn't matter. So basically, Cadrith is doing it instead.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is all voted.
You sadly have to wear full plate.
I have to wear armor? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to
look
fit
the
in.
parts.
Wait,
Yeah,
okay,
you're
no,
the-
I don't understand. Why do I have to wear armor?
'Cause
So,
you
okay,
are going undercover as one of her honor guard.
Yeah, but why does it
okay.
mean...
Okay, so we're trying to protect you. Okay, so Irlana is part of the Court of Whisper. Court of Whisper, not great people. Working with my dad. Goran has daddy issues, you know about this. We are in daddy issues, the continent.
Focus,
Alright.
focus.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
We are working with Irlana because she is, like, part of the Court of Whispers, but very clearly, very easily turned against my father, because my father, I stole his diary, thanks to Caroline's help. It's like, yeah, he's trying to kill Irlana, because he's trying to reduce the number of Court of Whispers, so it's just a court of one. It's not very much of a court. I don't understand the procedural rules for the Court of Whispers. I will get into that later. So if we protect her, she's going to tell us where the next meeting for the Court of Whispers is, so we can meet up with another person who's in the Court of Whispers.
Well,
Okay, but
that's
why
not,
does that mean I
that's
have to
not
wear armor is the
right.
question.
That's
yeah,
not right.
if we help the city that she loves and is like basically, you know, he's in charge of Volknion, practically.
Mhm.
If we help the city, then she's gonna tell us where the next Court of, or where and when the next Court of Whispers meeting is. We have promised her to help her. And
Yeah.
our plan was to have one person who is undercover in her guard, so that someone can be right next to her whenever the assassin makes their move. We originally wanted it to be Caroline, but Yorlana was like, no, you're too weak. So instead,
Literally.
now it is Cadrith. And you have to wear the armor to fit in, to look like you're a part of the honor guard. And then we're also gonna have a group that is close by, following Yorlana and the honor guard. And then we're gonna have another group which is gonna be stationed at the watchtower in the center of the city. That will be like
Information.
yeah, keeping a lookout basically.
Yeah, their job is literally, okay, cool. That team is providing Overwatch. Then we have the QRF, which is going to be trying to get in the fight as quickly as possible. You are the, like, first line of defense, last line of defense. in case this turns into a bigger attack. Overwatch is trying to give you information, communicate information to you about, and to the QRF about if they're seeing any movement in any particular areas. And then when the assassin tries and fails, they're gonna like fuck off. They're gonna try to run away, and the Overwatch goes after them, and just like, you know, hello.
Hello, you can leave.
Kind of Overwatch.
Yeah,
I mean,
We're
TF2
not
is
like
better.
that shitty-
No.
TF2 is better.
Anyway,
But
that's the plan.
yeah.
And that's why you have to wear armor, I'm sorry.
This
in
is
the
bullshit.
meantime, in the meantime, though, the current objective, thank you, is just to help out the city wherever needs help, which you guys don't realistically know yet, but well, up to you how you want to accomplish that goal. In any
Yeah.
case,
We
let's
got a
jump into
house
this.
to stay in Volknion.
That you did. It was gifted to you as temporary housing for the next month, should you need it.
Yes.
And you guys have, for the
we've-
last week, taken advantage of it.
Yeah, we've been here for a week so that Caroline can take advantage of her now connections to the city guards to create the identity of Frida, who is the captain of the ship, so
Mhm.
that we can dock it in Fatnor.
Correct.
Yeah,
There you go. All
but
caught up.
basically, what we have to do now, we have to talk to Adros. We have to figure out why the fuck he needs to kill Netherese. Yep.
We don't have to move shit.
Eh. I will heavily encourage it.
I'd like to also know why he wants to kill Netherese.
But I guess if we have the identity and stuff, we can go back to the ship and actually dock it, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, that should be easy enough, hopefully. Worst case scenario, been there, done that.
No. Bad.
At
No,
least
no,
I'm not
I
even
like
joke
what he's
about
saying
doing a
here.
9/11.
Oh my god.
I like, okay, just because we did a
I like
Pearl
what I'm
Harbor
hearing.
once doesn't. Yeah, we did a Pearl Harbor once. Don't
We're not
necessarily
doing
have
it.
to do it again.
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
but we
don't
could.
necessarily have to do it again.
No.
Okay, not this time. Got it.
Another time.
Another time. I just look over at Cadra.
No.
But yeah.
Fee.
What?
Fee.
Fee?
Fee.
I don't know what that means.
No, it's still
Is that
not
no?
fine.
Oh,
It's basically bad. Stop it.
I'm gonna hiss at you. It's not, you know, it's...
Uh-huh.
Hi, Doug.
Anyways, so... Alright, I give everyone gas mode.
Okay.
Um,
Mark off the spell.
Alright.
The spell slot.
you're...
Douglas has come to say hi.
Is Arya around, actually?
No.
Or...
She's on the boat.
No, she was on the boat,
No,
wasn't
Arya
she?
isn't.
It is.
Arya's on the
confirmed
ship.
that they're on
Starry is
the
around.
show.
Yes. Starry is here.
That doesn't matter.
That's
does it?
another thing that happened. Starry successfully
cool.
transcribed a bunch of spells into his spellbook, as well as made a bunch of scrolls of sending, so I don't have to deal with that
Yeah.
later. But one of
Yeah.
the more important
He's
aspects
got-
of that is he
He's-
now has access permanently to Veer's Power Word Exile.
Ooh.
So,
Mhm.
that'll be fun.
That's fun. What?
Quit it!
Come
back on you.
Which is a really cool spell. Could we? I wonder if we could. Well, I guess it wouldn't work against Veer because the
Well,
way that it.
Well, unless
It
you get
could.
the next door into it, but like.
But like he knows
Well-
what spell level it is, so if he has a 9th level counter spell,
Well, that would waste a 9th level spell slot anyway.
yeah.
Well, can't he just like
Yeah.
teleport back anyway? Because he can just do that.
Yeah, but
He's-
we made
no.
it way more difficult for him because we fucked up the Arctic Waste stuff, the barrier.
Yeah. So he doesn't have that easy portal anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of haven't encountered him for a while. But yeah,
We'll flag right out.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have to mark that off. But yeah, Is there anything else we need to do here right now? Or do we want to just sort of split off into the two small groups where you guys spend some time in the city, figure out how we can get ourselves ingratiated to folks, and yeah.
Yeah, it's just talking to Adros and docking the ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's yours. Next goal is just talking to Address and docking the ship.
Yes.
Then
Let's do it.
that will happen at the end. Well, there's the end of the 7th day spent in Fafnor.
Yes.
So
If any, because I'm the only one who really has anything to do all of those 7 days, so I don't know if anyone has like anything else that they.
that's true. Yeah, Kadris, if you have anything you'd like to do during 7-day downtime, you may. Illikin, Spots, Star isn't here.
Starry went shopping and transcribing,
I mean, we could be rude and just go to the vault without telling.
but we.
There is something,
Okay,
but it's
I'm
something I would
gonna-
have to do alone. So I'm just gonna PM you.
Okay, sure.
It's a secret,
Oh,
Kiss my screen?
big
Huh?
secret,
Also-
big time secret.
You're throwing this in
can I DM you about what?
Oh no, it's going to our. Okay, it's going to our DMs. Okay.
DMs. The
Yeah.
DMs.
I'd rather go on the server, but it don't matter, honestly. It's
Oh,
fine.
I can do that.
I should have sent you. That's right. I should have put the other information I gave you, which I'll go ahead and do that too.
That other information? What?
Secrets.
What other information is there?
There's so much information.
Alright, so we have to figure out how we can help the city. We need to speak with Adros about his vendetta.
Yeah. About his mission. Okay. Yeah. Adros. I also wrote down finding the alpha. Because
I'm ready.
we talked about that last session.
Oh, yeah. Goran also touched a rock. It turned him
Goran touched a rock.
into a more powerful werewolf.
And they can touch the same rock and nothing happened. We think.
I think hers is more of a nighttime thing.
Oh, that's true. Maybe. Yeah.
Well, did the rock consent to being touched?
Shut the fuck up, Tobias.
I mean, it seemed like it wanted it. It was like pulling Goran and Illikin to like touch it. So
Just kind of goading them into.
yeah. So to be honest, like the question is more like, did Illikin and Goran consent to touching it?
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I don't really have anything to do.
No.
Then,
Just hanging out.
Okay.
I mean, it would just be like investing.
We ate a big nice dinner and Starry drunk texted Genevieve.
That's true. He did drunk sending Genevieve.
Yeah.
Yeah!
And she sent him back
She did send him back. So now Caroline has to live with the fact that Starry and Genevieve getting together is a plausible possibility for the future.
Yes.
Enjoy that story arc.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. We made Starry promise that he wasn't going to have too many kids.
I'll
Yeah.
let you unpack that.
We already did last session. I'm just making the joking because I
No, I'm letting
wanted to make
Cadmus
sure
unpack
Cadmus.
that.
Yeah. There's there's waves. Right?
Say it again?
Is there waves on the soundtrack thingy? That is what I'm listening to, right?
On this one, no. It's wind.
It's weird wind. It sounds like waves.
I can put you on the watery soundtrack if you'd like it.
Waves.
You want waves? I'll give you waves, since you're going back to the boat anyway.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Oh my god! I've actually opened a balcony.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
What the fuck?
Wow.
The secrets are secreting.
They very much are.
Here.
Yeah, sorry. In the middle of... Yeah. Ah. So, with this, I'll go ahead and say I can handle Cadmus stuff in the background while we're doing everything else. Do you guys want to move forward with just the what do you call it? With like going to the boat and like talking to everybody there.
I think so.
Okay. So with that then we'll go ahead and say that at the start of the next day, you end up making your way to a spot away from everything, mist forming yourselves and traveling out to the boat, which is out at sea, doing circles on its own. Peterson, Oxide were kind of like arguing back and forth between who's really in charge here.
It's Oxide.
We all know it's Oxide, but there's Peterson anyway. Regardless, eventually you make your way back. Eldest Sarai is already gripping the bridge of his nose. But everyone's eager to see you all return. Including Arya, who at this point is probably a little seasick.
Oh.
I look over at Elda and I'm like, hey, you should. Hey, did you find out about the fact that Starry drunk sending
Genevieve?
Caroline's sister? Yeah, Genevieve.
He did what?
Elda knows Jen.
I know who Genevieve
Yeah, it was
is.
kind of funny.
And then she
It's a booty call.
sent him a message back afterwards.
I ship it.
That's funny.
It is.
They're both
I hope
adults
they don't have
making
too
their
many
own
kids.
decisions. I personally never got along well with Genevieve, but as long as they can make it work.
Jen is wonderful, and I don't know how you don't see that.
She had a different focus than I did. Don't get me wrong. She's a good person, and I do respect her for her degree of dedication towards improving the city.
Mm-hmm.
But her focus is a little more narrow than mine. And no offense, she's been unwilling to help on some things that were kind of crucial. I don't doubt she had her reasons, but it inevitably devolved into just needless arguing.
I get the feeling. I also just give Elda just a brief summary about what the plan, about how we made contact with Irlana.
Mm-hmm.
We get given a place, all that kind of stuff. Plan, whole works.
You just, yeah, just
Yeah.
word vomit at him. He picks it up. It's not hard for him to pick up your bullshit. Back and
Yeah.
forth ranting, kind of delving into your mind just to kind of get the clarity of it all, and then, oh, okay.
Yes. Also, Oxide, you can set sail for Fafnor now. I think everything should be in order for us to dock. Finally.
All right. We're docking at Thafnor, yes?
Yes.
And you've got the documentation?
Yep.
Alright, then I'll let you do the talking. And he
Yeah.
begins to set course for Fafnir. As you are making your way towards the dock itself, it takes about 2 hours from where you're at just to sail there. Actually, it wouldn't take that long. It would probably take an hour at most.
I look over at Caroline. Do you think now is the time to have this chat? Get into port?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Guess we make our way over to Adros.
Okay. Adros is currently in the process of moving some stuff around that Peterson has directed him to do. You don't know if it has any actual purpose, but Peterson's putting him to work. Notices you come over. Hey, friends. What can I do for you?
You have a moment to chat, perhaps? We somewhere a little bit more private.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
We just
everything's fine. We just
Okay.
had some
have
questions.
Moves over towards the corner of the room you're currently in. This good? Or do you want, like, private? Private.
I
Like,
look
if we could go to the room,
Yeah, I look over at Peterson.
I'll fuck off for a while. Don't touch anything until I get back.
I go over, I'm just about to like poke out the pen. I promise I won't.
He just kind of leans down from the stairs, slinks off.
right.
So what's up?
Well, we would like some more information about Netherese.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. There's not a lot that I know. But I could try to help. What do you need to know?
Basically everything. Anything.
Right. Okay. Where do I start? Netherese is a bastard. That's where I'll start.
Okay.
Why?
Why?
Did Church not tell you? 'Cause I feel like he
No.
should have. Okay, then maybe I shouldn't. It's
I think you should.
here's what I can tell you. I fucked up a while ago, long while ago, and I kind of owe Church a favor, and then I forgot about it, and that's why I'm here. I don't want to be here, but I do kind of owe him. It's a really long story. The short version is Netherese didn't really do anything to me. It's what he did to Church. or the family did to church. There's only one of them left, which makes my job easy, but that's not the point. It's really, I feel like he should explain that to you. If he hasn't already, it's kind of out of my hands. I really don't want to have to lie. I'm not good at lying.
You don't have to lie.
That's why I'm just trying to be honest here, but there's not a lot that I can say. I mean, I can, I don't know if I should.
I mean, this is one of those things where if we do need to kill Netherese, we are getting closer to that point. It's better for us to know what's going on and why, so that we can figure out.
Kill is subjective. Let's make disappear also kind of works, I guess, but like, don't tell church. But also, like, I'd have to tell church, like, yeah, we made him disappear, and then just hope he doesn't lie.
Right.
I feel like I
Put the
have
pieces
to,
together?
I feel like I have to, yeah. Like I have to do this, but I just don't.
Heart's not in it.
Make a persuasion check, the both of you.
21.
21.
Oh wait, I have things. 25.
Reliable talent, yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of. Okay, so you know how Church kind of runs the barbarian tribe that we're all
Yeah.
tentatively a part of?
Yes.
Tentatively. It's not the first. I almost say not cult, but group that he ran.
Does this have something to do with his patron?
I didn't ask him that. That would make a lot of sense, actually. I don't know. But that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but continue.
Well, everyone else is dead. That's the short version. And now he's in
Right.
Kylen-Jaal there. I'm more concerned that I'm working for some kind of a devil now, actually.
Yeah,
I didn't
that
put
was
that
usually in
together
the
until
details.
just now.
If it makes you feel better, Chantal didn't say that the patron was from any of the hells. She just said that the patron was from somewhere else.
Oh no, the patron is a devil.
Oh. Interesting.
I do know that. Maybe I shouldn't have told you that, actually.
No. You don't like telling
I
lies,
feel like
right?
that would have been new information.
I didn't put this together until now, okay?
Well, you're welcome.
So, what is the actual reason that he wants to kill Netherese?
Well, they're kind of the reason they're all dead. It's really hard to explain. Actually, I gotta get my pizza. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Okay, because what Chantal said when we were in Armand, she said Church has a patron, got it from somewhere else. Chantal met her, she warned her. Church is spooked. That's why he's allying himself with us.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Chantal, the wizard that's part of Church's tribe,
Sorry
said
about
that Church's patron said that Church is spooked.
Hmm.
And that's why Church is allying himself with us.
Yeah.
I missed all of that, but it sounded correct.
Okay.
I'm just recapping what Chantal told me
Yes.
when we were near Ergmont.
I remember that. Okay.
Yeah. Basically.
So, here's the thing, right? I don't, like, I think it might be the patron wanting this, but I don't actually know that, so, like, don't, like, it makes sense when you
Right.
put it that way, it makes sense, right?
Correct.
But the problem I have is that usually a devil would just send the lackey to go do it, not tell the lackey it needs to be done, and the lackey sends me. Like, that doesn't... Don't ever tell him I called him a lackey.
Your secret's safe with me.
I mean,
Oh god, I hate secrets.
yeah, that's
Maybe I
not
should
going
tell
anywhere.
myself.
It's not a
Okay.
secret, dude.
You keep
It's
saying
just
that.
phrasing.
And yet you've kept a kind of big secret from us.
It's not my secret to keep. I didn't know it wasn't a secret. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, that... Yeah. Wait, what are you talking about?
The
Why are
devil
you
part,
undead?
the two.
If, yeah, that catches you off guard too, Gorn, because you didn't know that.
I couldn't smell it. No, yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to smell it on.
Nope. If the color could drain from his face any more than it already has, it would. But you see him go wide-eyed and go... What? What? Why would you say that?
Because I can see it.
Oh.
Look, everyone throws a rock at the gun turret sometimes. It happens, dude.
Oh. Who else knows?
Right
Raise
now,
my hand.
just the people in this room.
Could we keep it that way? Like, it's not obvious, but I just don't... Look. It's a really long story. The short end is I am like this and had to find myself anew. Because this was really antithetical to what I believed way back when.
How?
It's a really long story, but the short end is that the guild I was working for with a part of at the time, they found some ruins, wanted us to go explore. It was a little more active than we thought initially, and rather than turn around and go get help or tell them, we just went in, and I sort of died. Well, not sort of. I
Still
absolutely
party.
fucking annihilated. It hurt. Dying hurts. Don't
How many
do it.
punches did you throw?
Don't worry
does,
about
yeah.
it.
And
It's-
miss in a row?
some of the technology in there brought me back. And I'm really still kind of struggling with that. Because, like, I don't really didn't want that, but I'm here now. What do? I'm here.
Yeah.
A lot's changed since then. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I just... Look. If you want to explore some of that and maybe get some answers, I'd be grateful at the very least. Maybe try to figure some of it out. I hear Pearson talk about, like, vaults every once in a while, and I feel like that might be what we discovered. I don't know. But there's a small... it's like a small quarry almost in the middle of Condolia.
I see.
Maybe you can find answers. You just know that there's some stuff that looks like Spot that's not really Spot. That might hate you for being there. Also, occasionally might find some, like, squatters or bugs or weird things there. Just be careful when you're in there. There's a lot.
Mhm.
It's a lot. That's not why I owe church. It's a whole other thing, but it's not.
Completely unknown.
I apologize for keeping that from you. I don't really talk about it 'cause it's not something that I'm comfortable with necessarily. I'm not gonna eat you if that's what you're worried about.
No, I mean,
Look, you're talking to a werewolf, man. I give a dog a bone, you know?
Please don't. Mine don't regenerate like yours.
I don't regenerate either.
Sure you do. Unless you're not like their werewolves. Because they regenerate.
Well, not really. It's get to keep the scars of it all. But if I break a bone or something really awful happens, it's gonna be a while for me to heal. We have
Oh.
magic, but that only goes so far.
Right.
Regenerating werewolves.
I don't know how far their regeneration goes, but yes. We're... From what I've been able to observe, lycanthropy causes regeneration to a certain extent. It's not like you can heal everything, but it's almost like when they lose themselves to the curse, it kind of...
Strengthens them.
Yeah, in a
And
way, and causes them to regenerate some of their like wounds and restoring bones and things. And if you ever hear a bone like set itself back in place, that shit like sounds weird. You think it'd feel weird because like I've done it before, but like with nothing else but like a curse and some growling, it's weird.
Adros?
Yes.
What? I'm not here. Why did you?
Address.
No,
She
I
said
said
Adros.
Adros.
yeah,
Oh, it sounded like you said Cadros. My.
You just hear what you want to hear. Um. Right. So basically, you need to kill Netherese because his family is the reason that Church's old group died. Church's old
Tribe.
whatever.
There was a barbarian tribe.
tribe. Do you know what Church's patron's name is?
That I do not. And the last time I went looking and Church found out, he got really mad. Like, really mad.
Yeah.
And he's got that fucking rage too. Like, this was more of an infernal rage. Like, I don't know if he got mad. Maybe the patron got mad and he just like threw Church. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
you know the name of Church's old tribe?
No, I do not.
And
To be fair, this
Church's
one
old
doesn't really
tribe
have
was
a
in
name
Condolia,
for it,
you said.
but no, it was here.
Right.
Here in Tyrrhenian, yes.
What would would I know anything about this or just to?
Make me a history check.
God damn it! I don't even need to minimize my Discord.
Can I help
have it on
him
my other screen.
with the books that we have about like the Netherese families and stuff?
Actually, yeah, that's useful suggestion.
You
'Cause
can.
it talked about how like Netherese was like warriors and stuff or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a book on the Reese
You
family.
do. That'll help.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Get helped.
It helped.
Get helped.
Why do I keep minimizing Discord? It's right here.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Silly Billy.
I rolled 2 17s. 19.
Why'd you roll with advantage?
Total.
Because I helped.
Oh, yes,
Celia.
that's fine.
Oh.
Because you have knowledge of the books and things like that. Okay,
I rolled
I'll
two
give that to
17s
you.
either way, so
Fair. So in total of 19, you said?
total 19.
The books mention, like, some of the vagrants that had to essentially fend off when the city was first founded. And a lot of it comes down to, not really a mention of any kind of, like, specific tribe, just different beasts, nightmares, ravengers, bandits, all kinds of things that had to be fended off from the city. Again, when it was founded.
Right. So how old is church? Adros?
I don't know. I didn't think he was that old. He has the white hair, but I thought like maybe 50s. I don't know.
How old does he look? When I
Like-
remember back to all of the times that I've seen him.
Oddly enough, like probably late 40s, early 50s. Yeah.
How long have you known him?
Oh, I've known him for
a
the
little
last
over-
like 20-ish years.
Has he looked the same all of those years?
No, he's aged.
Yeah.
So he looked like a 20-something-year-old when you met him?
Yeah, about like late 20s maybe, but yeah.
Where is my stuff? Where are my notes?
I haven't aged for like 19-ish, 18-ish years, but that's the whole other story.
Right.
Be heard to make your peace with it. Trust me. I would have to live with it for so long, but whatever your pact was, whatever the tenets of your old organization, your old beliefs, you can still uphold them, even though you might find yourself being antithetical to them. There is a way, a different path. You've walked it.
I try to, but I feel like there are some things that even I can't come back from.
That makes so much sense why they speak Infernal. Ugh.
Okay, Celia, you want to explain? Or Caroline, you want to
Can't-
explain?
In the camp, they speak Infernal to each other. That's why Spot and Starry learned Infernal. Because the first time that we went there, they were all talking behind our back in Infernal, and none of us understood it.
Okay.
Because Church's patron is Infernal. So it makes sense
Okay.
why all of them speak Infernal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just remembering back to like my first meetings with them.
And
Way back when.
Way back when.
Literally like 5 years ago.
Yep.
alright. Yeah. There's some things that can't be undone. But just because that's the case doesn't mean you can't find a way.
Well. Like I said, I try. Even if it gets me nowhere in the end.
Got you here.
Hmm?
Look at how much good Blue on Black has done. I said it got you here. And look at how much good Blue on Black has done.
They've done a lot more than
And
good,
right
but
now
yeah,
we're-
that's fair.
Yeah.
I heard about the port.
It was one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also, that was a valid...
That
Yeah,
wasn't me.
No,
was only
it was me.
it got back
Decided
that
me.
blue on black caused that, and that's part of why. Well, I don't know, like, if that was part of why, but the rumor has it that was part of why Ethan attacked blue on black. Like that was way back when.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he had already attacked Graydon before then.
Yeah.
Had he?
Yes.
Yeah. We've been basically butting heads for a while before we took out that valid military target. So, yeah.
But the Graydon attack didn't happen. Well,
That happened very early. That happened. I mean, that happened
met you,
whenever I
right,
first
Karen?
met Starry. Starry came on the boat literally immediately before they launched their attack on Graydon.
Yeah. Wasn't that when I met you, Caroline? You were running away from one of Ethan's folks. Well, one of Haldor's acolytes. We intervened.
oh yeah, we did
Got
hear
you
about
to
all of their
safety.
deaths. We hear that was also blue on black. Good on you. One of them was harassing our tribe for
Yeah.
ages.
Wait, which one?
Well, I say ages. It wasn't really ages, but he felt really empowered when he had that. I don't know if it was his slave or partner. I don't remember his name. But he referred to the one next to him as Bonnie.
Oh, I know where she is.
It was really annoying to have to deal with them, and the fact that they could just freeze the barbarians in place and then just start slaughtering, making demands.
Turns out Haldor wasn't that big of a challenge.
Good. Blue and Black's going to need that confidence.
Yeah, I mean, that operation could have gone a lot worse, but yeah, things went well.
Right. So,
Is
was there
there...
anything else that you needed from me, or...
I think we should be
Well, you
alright for
kind of
now.
left me with more questions than answers, but that's
But that's all.
I think so.
It
I
was-
don't have anything else at least.
Yeah, the Netherese killed Church's tribe here in Trine, but that was during the founding of the city.
That's what we were
Yeah.
assuming.
Which city was this?
Volcanion.
Both neon, yeah.
Volcanion.
No, at least it would have been.
Yeah.
I have no idea how old church is.
No. Because he seems human.
No,
At least that's the impression
it's
that I got.
not. It's not unusual for them to empower humans to give them extended life.
Right. But his kids seemed more touched by like infernal stuff than he did.
His only really comes out when he's angry. You don't want to make church angry. So interesting that.
Right.
His wife also touched by the same infernal magic that his kids possess, but none of them are tieflings. Like, just
No.
infernal and yet human.
Hmm.
I've heard stories of people becoming. Like, I thought that was the origin of tieflings for the longest time. But that's not. It doesn't seem to be the case. Or,
Yeah.
wait.
I mean, it could be a generational thing, or that's from truly ages ago, literally.
Maybe, but it's still. I don't know. I don't know what that machine did to me, but sometimes I feel like some of the memories aren't even my own. Like, that feels right, but it feels
Yeah.
wrong at the same time. I don't know.
I think Spot experiences some of that too if you need someone to bond with.
I'm always around whenever you need.
Maybe.
There's somebody else who will understand. I'm here, and Spot would also, I'm sure, be happy to lend an ear when he wants to, or when you need it.
Right, well. I appreciate it, but I tend to work through most of my issues through meditation and study. Or, not really study. And meditation. It's not important. Not important.
I mean, I can walk you through some of the meditations that we have from my circle.
Oh,
Might be
no,
useful to get a change of pace.
that won't be necessary. I can handle it on my own. That'll be fine.
Fair.
But thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
And
And we'll make sure Peterson keeps his mouth shut too.
he's listening, isn't he?
I throw a rock at the door. Actually, I asked him for a rock.
You don't even hear.
He's
You
not-
don't even get the chance to like grab a rock. You hear skittering away from the stairs.
and also, you don't need to listen to him. He is not in charge when I'm away. Oxide is.
I thought Oxide did, but I also just got kind of bored not doing anything with my hands, so I decided physical
Right.
labor was the next best
Right,
thing.
so moving the crates from there and then moving them 3 feet over there
Well,
was...
to be fair, they were over there, but then he moved them there. Now he wants them moved over here.
Right.
I think he has OCD.
He's just a very indecisive man. Very much so, yeah. He's just got to build his little like tism fueled nest to do his work in.
Right. Well, Zalin stopped listening to his shit a while ago, so I guess I just picked up the slack.
Right.
Yeah. We do appreciate it.
Thank you for
It's
your help.
helping.
If I don't have to be the one that takes his life, the easier for me. But
Yeah.
that is still the plan, right?
Well-
Or are we going a different course now?
That's what we're trying to see. We are going to get access to Netherese at some point. But
Hopefully. If we're nice enough to your Lana.
yeah, one way or the other.
Well then, just keep me up to date, I guess. Or
Right.
don't. If it's easier to lie to me than it is to lie to church, then that's fine, because at least I'll tell him what I think is the truth. Don't tell him I said that. Is
Yeah,
it bad
I
that I
mean,
feel like I have to
you
hide stuff
aren't.
from him?
Look, you won't have to be the person to bear the brunt of this. If it comes down to it, like, we were the people who made the call. We'll be the
Blame
people
us.
to deal with him. Yeah.
Can I vibe check him?
Vibe check, sure. Go for it. Insight check. What are you wanting to gather from him? General stance?
Yeah. I also want to see if he's like more on edge now than he has been earlier because I confronted him.
Hmm.
But like general, and it's a 30.
So, what you can gather is that he is a little more uneasy about the situation. But he can always, it always feels like every time you're addressing him, like he'll say something and then his mind kind of gets preoccupied with something else. Which happened after the mention of like the link of like church being who knows how old, the infernal side of things, and him wondering why he's the one doing this. And there's a lot going through his mind at the moment.
Yeah.
What if Church can't kill Netheries?
I don't see why not.
No, there might be a rule against it. The reason he's asking you to do it, it's plausible that he might not be able to touch Netheries.
Well, the problem with that is we have to know the details of the pact, and then from there, it's a matter of understanding what pact. I don't know.
Does the book... Sorry. Does the book say anything about Netheries... the Netheries family relationship to a god or some kind of magical power?
No, not that you're aware of. Like as you read through the book or have read through the book, it does not mention any kind of like direct divinity or assistance from the divine or eldritch power. Like it doesn't mention anything like that.
Okay. I think we have to think about this. But I think that we should also go upstairs. I figure we're probably soon in Fafnor.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough. You all make your way back upstairs. You find Peterson kind of hanging off the edge away from everything after he got caught listening in. Oh, you're back. Cool. Alright, Edwards, let's get to work.
I just, like, catch him for a second. It's like,
Yeah, you stick out your
shut the
foot
fuck
and it
up
blocks him
about... Yeah, don't go chatting about his stuff. That
Oh,
was meant to be a private conversation.
I
I
gotta know what's going on around the ship, don't I?
Yeah, for sure. Report to
Thank
Oxide
you.
when you're
And he
if you
turns
have
and
any
leaves.
progress. Oh, do you have any more info about the location of the? I just sort of yelled out the hallway. Hey, let me know if you have any more information about the vault.
Yeah.
I ain't got no information. I can't find anything.
Noob.
He has been on the boat since then, so he hasn't gathered any new information.
No.
But you're about to dock, so that could change.
Okay.
Speaking of which, you find the port of Fafnir as you are making your way towards the coastline. It's set up in a way where it can receive probably like 2 or 3 larger vessel ships, as well as a couple smaller ones here and there. It's not a very big port, but it's effective for the most part. And given the fact the country only has like two or three cities, like it's not bad. Functional. That's the way I'd put that. It's functional. Nevertheless, you eventually find yourself docking, and as you do, you can see soldiers making their way towards the docks. As you arrive. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Frida.
I figured that was you were gonna take some
Yeah,
time to do that. Yeah.
Can you help me get disguised as well? Excellent.
Okay.
Take Make a disguise check.
Don't
worry, I remember this time.
No, you don't, because it's Caroline's check to make.
Okay,
She's putting it
what
on
am I
you.
making?
This is gonna be the disguise
it-
tools check. It's not mistaken. It was a
I don't have
dexterity-based check.
You have it.
I don't remember. I have to go if I can find it again.
You don't have proficiency in disguise kit?
No, she does.
No, I do. I just don't have the thingy.
Because usually the disguise kit you just kind of use and then, yeah.
So it's dexterity based.
Wouldn't it be more wisdom?
It's dexterity based.
Weird.
Let me double check. I'm looking something up really quick.
Hey, Goran. Where does Fafnir usually get their trade from? Like having
Where
ship
does
go from Balkan to Fafnir makes sense, right?
Isn't Balkan inland?
Over there, but it does have a dock. We just weren't allowed to use it.
Well, it would make sense if we were. It would make sense if we were coming here first to spend some time in port, before making our way over to Balkan.
Right.
That way we have.
Right. Resupply.
Yeah.
Resupply and fix the fucking ship, because there's
So a lot of what I'm hearing is intelligence-based check. If you're gonna make a check beforehand, it uses your intelligence to make the disguise.
Okay.
Gross.
Yeah.
I get what they're saying. That's
No,
why
it's-
typically
With the way we've always done it before.
That's why typically when I roll disguise kits, it's you put the disguise on, and then it allows you to make the deception checks to pass yourself off as a different person.
You have allowed us to make the deception check beforehand. Well,
Yes, I
as
have
we're
in
putting
the
on the
past, but
disguise.
it's not. That's not how it works. So typically, if you put the disguise kit, what I used to roll beforehand was that somebody put the disguise kit on you, you'd make the deception check, and then that's the DC for anybody else to essentially like insight check to decide if to determine if you're lying or if it's a fake disguise. While that can work, I'm not opposed to doing it like that. That's still kind of like realistically nobody's gonna know it's a disguise unless you say something to tip them off, and then they have to make the check against yours. So when you make the deception check at the time, it's a contested check.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the disguise
it's just
is
sort of-
there, and we just kind of move on from there until it's relevant.
Yeah.
I put makeup on.
Okay.
Goran has makeup now.
Nice. Excellent.
Okay.
Goran is
Hey,
girl boss
Lycan?
now. Let's go.
Maybe use your thing, your hat. And maybe not be who you are.
Oh,
That
yeah,
feels-
yeah,
that
yeah.
feels really bad. Yes. Spot, should you change your face? He changed his face.
You're
and
muted,
it's
Spot.
like-
Yeah,
Excellent.
I
He's
know I
using my
am, but
microphone.
I'm thinking Kayla's microphone. That's crazily bad.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I need a d20 roll from Illican.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Spot, when you use your ability, you're still casting disguise self? You just cast it at will?
I will read it real quick. Well, it's
I don't think
guess
it's there.
Could be an eldritch invocation.
It is an invocation, yes. Specifically, it's the Mask of Many
You
Faces.
have to check the.
I'm asking to say you
all
cast the
different
spell at will.
targets. And then clear.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Are we all
Pardon me,
disguising
God.
ourselves? Like, do I have to?
Hello,
It's without spending a spell slot. It still says I cast.
Then d20 roll from you as well.
13.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Maybe. We just don't want to be recognized as blue and black, you know?
So I should probably also disguise myself.
Probably.
Okay, well I have
Another
disguise kit as a tool on my thing.
Okay.
What do I roll? Or do I
So,
not roll now? I
You don't roll
later.
now. You'll have the check later.
We don't roll
Since
anymore.
you're using the materials
Gotcha.
from the disguise kit.
Makeup.
Yeah.
Makeup. Eventually, the ship has docked. And you see soldiers lining up for what effectively looks like a fucking boarding party.
Amazing.
One of them a little more decorated than the others. This would be a what looks like a
Uh-huh.
it looks like the cross between an elf and a dwarf.
Oh,
A dwarf.
I see.
As well. Cool. That's just a regular human.
No.
Ew.
The pointy ears like an elf, shorter than an elf, and a bit of a bulkier build. Kind of a beer belly going on. Though hard to tell with the plate of the armor that he wears as he makes his way up to the dock. New ship, new vessel. Open for inspection.
Right?
And you set down the docking board, and then
Mhm.
they make their way on. As they do, that individual. And who is the captain of this vessel? Right.
Hello.
Do you have documentation?
Yes. Here you go.
And your name is
Frida.
Frida.
Hold on.
Just
Hello?
Frida.
Cyanidel.
I'm sorry.
No, Cyanidel.
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 Cyanidel. Oh, okay.
It says right there.
Spell Cyanidel.
Siannodel.
Alright, it checks out. And he goes and starts looking through the inspection. You watch as some of the soldiers begin to make their way over and start looking at different things. Your crew kind of step aside, who've all, at this point, hidden their blue and black insignias. Adler's just kind of standing there, just trying to let people walk past him, since he doesn't know where to be. At this point, you watch as, like, they go through and start, like, going through all of your stuff to kind of determine what you have. At which point the dwarf turns to you. And what's the purpose of your docking today?
Well, we need to resupply, and the ship's taken some damage, so
Right, so
we
you'll
would
be
like
paying
to
for
fix it
repairs.
up. Yeah.
We can send a carpenter your way. And as far as supplies, will you be needing someone to provide that for you, or will you be providing that yourself with payment?
We'll figure it out.
Understood. We'll send a carpenter right away. The
Thank you.
docking fee, by the way, is 2 gold per day. How long do you
Right.
expect to stay?
A week? Maybe more?
Yeah, I think I'll pay for a week now, and then if we do have to stay longer, I'll...
Hopefully you'll be
Pay
in
more
town for
later.
that, because otherwise your ship will be impounded.
Right. So 2 gold per day.
I think it's better to be.
14 days.
I think it's better to be on the
14
safe
gold,
side.
sorry.
Give maybe it's better in that case to pay for 2 weeks, and then that way we don't have to worry. Man,
Sounds like a solid plan.
28
Fine.
gold. He takes it. Thank you very much. We'll have you noted down. The document's a little smudged. What is the ship called again? Her name.
The Phoenix.
Thank you.
It's... Yeah. I haven't changed it yet. It's kind of cliche, isn't it?
I don't suppose.
Oh,
yeah, it's
never mind.
What do you mean by cliche? I thought it was a decent name.
Oh. I guess maybe I should keep it then.
If you're going to change it, you can modify your documentations at any one of the government houses. Regardless,
Right,
enjoy your stay.
right.
Do keep in mind, though, we would recommend you at least keep one envoy capable of sailing the ship at the ship at all times, just in case we need to move the ship for trade-faring ships. This is not a very large dock, and it's not meant to stay for so long, but provided you can make your ship move out of the way temporarily, your position here can stay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We should have a fully
And Elric,
functional crew on board.
If you need anything, I am the Dockmaster. Nice to meet you.
You too. Elric?
Eldrick.
Elric.
Right. Find anything? And when she turns to one of the guards. No, sir, everything's in check. And the guards all kind of convene. Thank you for your compliance as well. You have a wonderful rest of your night and stay. Day, then stay. It's been a long day.
Right.
And it hasn't even hit noon. And he turns and leaves. So you got the ship there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
14 days.
Let's go.
And now we're at, this is day 12. Correct?
You're actually on, like, so 9 days have passed in total. You're on day 10.
We're 9 days have passed. Okay, zeros. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I know it
9
feels like
days
more,
out of
but-
how many?
Hmm?
Out of how many before the
Before the
meeting
attack,
or slash
Out of 19, so we're on day 10
out of
now.
21.
Okay.
Why do you say 19?
No, you said 19 last session.
Okay.
No, I have it written down. It's 21. I've not changed it.
Okay.
So we're not on day 10 then.
You are no. 9 days have passed. You are on day 10. There are 20. Like from the
That's
start, it
21.
would have been 21 days. So
Yeah, no, that's not what I meant. I meant that when we talked to Yorulana, that was day 19. And 9 days have
What?
passed since then, making it day 10 now.
Okay, you're working backwards. We're working forwards. So we have
never said 19.
11 days. Well, we have 12 days. remaining. That's
You
where we're
have 12 days remaining. Correct.
at before the
Oh.
assassination attempt.
Right,
Yeah.
so I was correct originally.
You're working backwards.
Yes.
Everybody else is working forwards, hon. I'm sorry.
No, we just had different starting points.
Yeah.
You were starting from day 0, I was starting from day 2, basically.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yay! Fafnor! Another
Let's
thing
go.
picked up to the list.
All again.
Okay. I
Okay.
guess we can go back now.
All right. Easy enough to do. Who on your crew are you taking?
I can I
I mean,
raise my
Arya.
hand?
We're taking Arya
Arya. Okay.
Yeah.
to Bolkneon. We're taking all of us and Starry.
Mm-hmm.
I think like that's. Well, I guess we can take Peterson too, so that he can maybe do some research.
I mean, Pearson's
he
docked
wants-
if Pearson's docked at the site, he can do research in Fafnor.
Right. Okay.
But if you want him to do research in Bolkneon, yeah, he will have to come with you.
But then Peterson has to come with us. So that's not a favorable situation.
What I'm hearing is Spot doesn't want
Um,
Peterson to come with you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess he won't.
Okay.
I mean, I'm kind of the opinion we should keep as many NPCs out of the party as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't be in the party actively. They'd be in the house.
Yeah,
Mm,
I
sure,
think. I mean,
fucking
I
around.
think the rest of them should just be here anyways.
So Zalin and Oxide
On the
staying at
boat.
the ship, Adra staying at the ship,
Yeah.
and Peterson staying at the ship, and then you have
And
Ivan and
Ivan and
Igor.
Oh.
Igor,
Oh yeah.
What about the two other people that we have here?
They're around. They don't have like necessarily disguises on them, but it's not like you're on a random ship.
Yeah.
As long as they don't open their
They're
mouths,
not-
there's no real reason to know. So they're all staying on the ship at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Can I Once the guards are gone and we're sort of doing stuff,
I will say
I'm
this:
just gonna sort of be like,
they have dressed down from their noble attire. They have
Yeah.
dressed down. They look like normal
Yeah.
citizens at this point.
Good.
Both of them.
Good. Good.
they also
Your
do
sister's
have
not
a
happy
sending
about it.
stone. They can reach me.
Okay.
Do they?
Yeah, that's how we made contact with them the first time around. With my sister. I forget her name. Why do I ever forget her name?
Rena?
Rena. I put the sending stone in the box with the message.
Oh.
And
Okay.
yeah.
So,
So
Caroline,
I guess you
If I
have
remember
my
right.
sending stone then.
Pardon?
So
No,
I
no,
guess
no. We
you
got a
have-
different sending stone. Yeah, we have. I have a different sending stone. That's for.
We have 2 pairs of sending stones?
We're good.
Well, we dedicated one for this
no, you
vacation.
don't. I mean, you do,
We
yes,
only
but
have
no,
one pair of...
you have the one pair, and he did come. He did find a separate set of sending stones, and then he took that for private use.
Okay. 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 I was just
I think.
confused.
I don't quite remember it, but I think that's right. Sure.
Yeah, that is how I remember it.
Okay. Your memories. I'll rewatch.
Overwatch. I'm not sure, man. I'm confused.
I'll rewatch the VOD.
Yep.
Caroline's like,
It's
no
fine.
need. I'm already on it.
Yeah, I'll watch it later.
Okay.
Yes. Let's figure out how to help the city.
Okay. Finding a space away from everyone else and gasmoning your way back to.
Volknia.
That's the one. Finding your way into an alleyway before coming back out. Arya now amongst your party.
Can we just do it like straight into the house?
I mean, yeah, you
Okay,
could have left the window
well-
open, sure.
No, we go down the chimney because we're just like backwards smoke.
There is a chimney, yeah. I will allow that.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. So down the chimney you go, and as you all unmist form, you're covered in soot. But hey, there you go.
Bathhouse part 2.
You guys never fully. I don't think you guys actually did the bathhouse. Like, did it?
We haven't RP'd it,
We're true gamers. We'll never.
but
We
in
can
my
RP it
mind
later.
we've done it.
Okay, that works for me. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll get you the cost of that later.
Uh-huh.
You guys have money galore. It's not gonna eat into your cost a lot.
It depends.
Does
Do
add
you
up.
guys have like thoughts about how to help the city?
Like just in general.
Well, that's what Urlana wanted us to do.
Well, what kind of problems does the city have?
I don't know.
I thought they were like great and stuff.
I don't
What-
know.
What kind of things would be issues in Volkneon?
So as far as issues for
At least from my
Pokemon,
memory.
anything that assaults the city, like the threat of werewolves and people traveling, could be something you add to that. Though traveling takes a couple of days for most people, so that's not something you can realistically accomplish in the short time you have.
And during the holiday.
But you know, if you wanted to go out there and just actively hunt werewolves and bring back the heads, you could do that. That's absolutely a valid option. Alternatively, you could try to see if there are things and like people who need help, like citizens who need help directly, where the guards just are too spread thin, and
Wait, do they have a quest board?
you could try to find a quest board.
It's been so long. I'm gonna change into Gaia and look
Uh-huh.
for a quest board.
Okay. The Caroline of many faces.
Yeah.
Okay, so Caroline's
Yeah,
sorry,
that's what I'm
Gaia's
doing.
going for a quest board. Got it.
Can I go with just to see if there's anything there?
Sure.
And
Everybody else just
or-
going with Caroline?
I mean,
Sure.
I'm just
Alright.
gonna follow.
Uh,
Unless we're
the,
actually gonna move.
the two of you who are still, well, actually, Your disguises, those of you who have magical disguises, are still up for another like 15 minutes, but you know you're welcome in the city, so it's not important or relevant that you up them if you need them. But just so you know, you have like another 15 or so minutes.
I'll jump into an alley and do it again. That's how I always do it.
Okay. I'll say make it easier. You probably would have done that like when you need to, so closer to the end, which I'll allow for this.
Okay.
And then we'll roll it then. In the meantime, you make your way looking around the city. You've not actually visited the city before. Like, this is just like you've been here multiple times, but you've never actually stopped and walked around. Looking around the city is it's an interesting experience. There are people out. There's some are like moderately happy or at least seem content with life here. There are a fair number of guards around, though they don't seem like they're at a heavier presence necessarily. It just seems like they're around trying to watch over the city as they are traveling and typically traveling in pairs. The population is at the very least like cordial. Like, it doesn't seem like a very happy city, but people are living here. And it's life as far as some people go. Up to you how you want to interact with the city, if at all. But looking around for a quest board, I'm going to have you go ahead and make me investigation checks.
Can I help with that?
Yeah, you can.
Or are we all making independent checks?
It would have been Caroline who would have helmed this, so if you want to make one yourself, you may.
I'll help Caroline. No. Okay. I'll do it for myself.
Oh! Wait!
My investigation is trash.
So is hers. So is hers. But a natural 20 is still a 20.
Cool. Let's go. Go exactly
Thank
where
you,
it is.
nice shots.
Arpit, what'd you roll?
Fuck, I haven't even rolled. I just heard natural 20 and I didn't even roll.
Damn it.
12 total.
12 total? Solid. So,
Yeah.
looking
I have a
around,
+2.
one thing you know is that there are some guards in the central central area of the city where like government buildings are, typically on watch duty, guard duty, just keeping track of everybody around and just keeping a watchful eye on the citizens' population themselves. Doesn't feel like it's impending, but there is what looks like by one of the like buildings itself. It's an officer's kind of office, if you would. Not necessarily a barracks, but just like, you know, like a police station. Like, there's a jailhouse there, and there's, you know, it looks like a larger jailhouse than one of the like outside ones that you would have been stopped at before. Cough, Goran, cough. Regardless, within this little area, this building has like a stone awning that covers a decent amount of space beforehand, and there outside you can actually see what looks like a pretty obvious quest board. Where people are asking for things to be put on there, with rewards being put down for, you know, different work that needs to be done. You can see there's one guard trying to manage a small group of people who are wanting to like throw up their request and put their stuff on the boards, but are being pushed away just to kind of keep the peace and keep everything organized. The board is not necessarily full, but the guards are in the process of trying to figure out like what's a valid request and see if they can put that on there, which as you do, you can see there is a wanted poster that's posted up for like a dragonborn. Looks like. You don't know any more details before you get closer, but regardless, this is one of the things you notice, like as you're walking up, that one's being put up, and then from there you see people kind of talking back and forth. There are one group of people in a line that are trying to get their stuff put up, and another group who seem to be lined up like on the other side of the, like on the fence, looking at the board and are trying to identify like, hey, what's something we can take? And there's talk back and forth. Luckily, one of you is a Goliath and can see over everybody without issue. Even in your illusory form, you still have that height. You're still perspectively looking over there. You're just invisible. In any case, looking at the board, there are a couple things on there that would catch your eye, Illican. There are a couple of like urgent, or like things marked urgent as like job requests, like people looking for employment, which the urgent thing feels misleading at that point for your line of work because it's not what you're looking for. But you also notice like the wanted poster, an individual who looks like they've got a like scarred face, dragonborn. You can't tell the color of anything, but the details give a couple of descriptors on there: scarred left eye, red scales. Typically wanted for theft essentially, or like grand theft. And you can see that the bounty
Have I
there
met this
is.
person before?
They don't look familiar. No. This looks like a really like it's a dragonborn, but they're relatively slim for a dragonborn. At least for what the picture says. It is just a drawn on piece of art, so it could be misleading. But regardless, it says that they're looking for an individual, like keep your eyes peeled for them, or alert the guard. But there is a bounty to collect of 200 gold. You also notice that
is that the biggest prize pool? Is it any bigger?
that is the only wanted poster.
Nah.
I will say you do notice that the reason it was just recently put up is because the individual that just put it up took down one of a lower price. So the price just recently went up for his capture. Wanted alive, not dead.
We should wait a little bit.
No.
Regardless, there's also a couple of things. Another part of the bounty board has like a message of extermination. Something about a tavern needing to get rid of vermin within the cellars. Really simple shit. But you also see something else on there
Classic.
classic, yeah. You also see, somebody who is requesting that you return the hides of wolves to this would have been like a local blacksmith, which says ongoing job or ongoing bounty. Wolf pelts 6 gold apiece. Varies with quality.
Okay.
Additionally, you also see a couple like smaller jobs here and there. Things like people who are needing some general help. People who are looking for work hands and jobs. It's a mixed bag of stuff. Not a lot for your caliber of work, but easy stuff, easy enough that you guys could probably handle a lot of this on your own, like as individual contracts if you so wanted to. But it's entirely up to you how you guys want to do this. If you feel like helping out the local bakery is something you want to do to improve your stay here, by all means. We can just count a lot of this towards downtime before we get to the bigger stuff, It's up to you how you want to help the city, but you have plenty of free time and you have this ability to help the city.
Does it state
Um,
the Dragonborn's crime?
Theft. Grand theft.
Theft.
The big thief.
But like
Mhm.
what though? 200 gold for stealing like what?
Something.
See if he's stealing from the rich, that's based. And I wouldn't want to turn it in.
Gotta accept the bounty for more details.
I think it's worth accepting it.
I'll accept
You're
this.
gonna accept it? Oh, okay. Are you two accepting it as a group, or are you trying to take on independent contracts?
I mean, if people want to join, they're allowed to.
Okay.
I think we should take it on as a group, but do some smaller stuff in the meantime.
Okay.
Does it matter?
The lady writes
If we
out
think
all the
that-
information that she has on the contract. She leaves the poster up, but lets you know she writes out all the contents of the contract as you've accepted it. The reward for alive. There is no reward for dead. And in addition, there is a it gives you more information on the individual. They have a known alias. They don't know. They don't know, like, with the markings on their face, they don't know, like, exactly what caused it, other than that the markings are always distinct and always there. There's mention of typically, like, light on their feet, seen in sewers, seen on rooftops. Literally all over the place. But there's not a lot of detail for this individual. Other than like general descriptors for like, like the like people said like, oh, long tail, or oh, like cloth typically is what they wear, but what they wear can change. But you're given all the details, and a lot of their crimes are like constant petty thefts that have continuously been a problem for them. Like the number of thefts here is ridiculous. Like, this has been going on for fucking years. And every time there's a reported crime at this point, they just add it to the fucking list of shit she's done, or they've done. Fuck.
See. So thievery.
Big thief.
Mm-hmm.
Big thief.
Big thief.
Maybe one thing to track this person down.
Can I also take the tavern extermination one?
Sure. You may.
Yeah.
Just go stab rats in there.
Mhm.
I have a soft spot for taverns, okay? It's not my fault.
Yeah. Is there anything in the market district that would be happening?
There would be a security job that you could take. Sure.
What kind of security job?
They're wanting bodies for protection, essentially, like extra security to watch over, like handling pickpockets and thieves. Trying to essentially like play security at, somebody's stall.
I look over at Cadrith.
What's up?
You want to take that job with me?
I mean, sure.
Writing out information, it would start tomorrow. They're always looking for security, but this group, it's a group of merchants that all kind of have their own like shops and tents together in this area in the market district. I say tents, there's no tents. It's just they're wanting you to essentially play guard at some of their shops and keep an eye on all of the shops collectively. The shops have pooled money together for this effort.
How much?
The pay is going to be 4 silver a day.
Okay.
Kind of low, but worthwhile. Might help us out with the other quest too.
Well, it's not like I have anything better to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kadrith has security. Goran, you're going to security. Are you taking the bounty job then too, or?
Yeah, we'd be taking the bounty job too.
Your
overall.
group has the bounty job. I'll say that. Caroline has the tavern job. Okay. Spot and Illikin, do you guys have anything you guys would like to take as far as jobs go for this next coming day?
I wanted the bounty job, but I guess we're doing that as a group at church. No. Unemployed to the day I die.
Okay.
I mean, you can work on the bounty job. Like, that is an option. And we will all be sort of trying to work on it together.
I'm gonna be investigating.
Okay,
I'm gonna be
actively
walking
looking at it.
around,
All right.
Yeah, asking questions, looking like.
Sure,
where did the
Inspector
thief
Spot,
last
let's
go?
do this.
Yes.
Illikin, do you have a job that you would like to take? So I can go through this all one by one, make sure everybody's got something to do while they help out the city. Illikin, are you there? You're muted if you are.
Bathroom break. Where can I go, where I get less attention from people who ask questions, like guards, less visible, just enforcers?
Say that one more time?
Where can I go to get less attention from people who ask questions, like guards, less visible to nosy enforcers? I'm reading out what Illikin wrote.
Oh. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't catch any of that still, but I'm gonna try to Let me just read it.
I can say it again. Don't mind.
No, you saying it's not really gonna help me. Okay. We're gonna go where I get less attention from people who ask questions. Okay. You don't want to be asked by guards, listeners with nosy enforcers. Okay. So there's always like, as far as jobs go, I mean, there's security at the market, or you could try to find or pick up like one of like the jobs, for a little while. Looking for like
Job.
looking for like temporary work. Like you could be the gentle giant that helps out the bakery with like moving supplies around if you want to do that. They could use extra coin for spell components. Fair. If you're also looking for stuff that involves like direct spell components, okay, bigger sense. I was about to say like you could try to. There is a magic shop here. You could try to work for them. But they're probably pretty like secretive of their stuff, and there's not a job listing for them on this board. So, but yeah, start at the bakery. The bakery is going to net you 3 copper per day that you work there. But it's easy enough. You one at a time. I'll go through this. I'll say that this is probably going to be just one day at a time. In your first day, I'll start with you since yours is the easiest. You manage to help, like, just with your own physique, are capable of helping them move a lot of their supply around and expediting the process of them just to kind of get their day started. Your kind demeanor is also really, helpful typically. Do me a favor, go ahead and make me a charisma-based check. No proficiency or anything, just make a charisma-based check.
Damn.
A 10. Okay. You're also kind of big for the environment, which does hinder you a little bit, just because the buildings are not typically made for your kind, unfortunately. But you still manage to help out where you can, trying your best not to stay in the way. You do a pretty decent job. It's not the worst job anybody's done, and you're pretty endearing when it comes to like, oh, you've messed up, you apologize, kind of thing. You do your best. You're doing your best. But you do get paid for the day, and your help is actually helpful. Go ahead and add 3 copper to that, and you start improving the standing of blue on black. Next for Kadrith and Goran, I'm gonna have you two. When Kadrith gets back, you have to make one of his own. But Kadrith and Goran, go ahead and make me intimidation checks.
Intimidation check? Sure.
Nat 20.
Ooh. These are skill checks you can critically succeed on, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a 24 total, and it was a nat 20.
Nice.
Cool. I rolled a 8 total. So
Hey,
I wasn't going to do intimidation. I was trying to be a bit stealth, thinking
you're trying to be what?
that was going to be my approach. Be a bit more stealth and keep an eye on folks that way. Like, sort of a little bit more wander around, blending in.
Well, unfortunately, getting to the job site, they're wanting intimidation. They're wanting people who are standing out
Fair.
and, like, making their presence known. Don't fuck with these shops. Which the day is absolutely successful. There's no shrink that they can find in their stock that they've gone through. Like, you don't catch any thieves because you've prevented them from being there. Or at least Kadrith did. Goran, you do not get paid as much as the ad said. You only get paid 2 silver for the day. But that is still 2 silver.
I get...
You get 8 silver.
Sick.
Cool.
Caroline.
Yeah.
You are gonna go help out a bartender who is dealing with a vermin problem.
Yes.
For yours, it's a little more complicated. As you make your way to the back of the tavern, the individual there is explaining to you, this is the problem that's been going on for the last couple of days. That the rat, they can't really tell what it is, like they don't know where it's coming from. But those who have seen it claim that it's a pretty big fucking rat. Not like huge, but like
sizable.
Yeah, like big rat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they don't know where it's coming from, but it keeps biting into their grain. It keeps trying to steal fruit. It keeps trying to like it's a nuisance, and it needs to fucking go because it's also, you know, a problem in case one of them trips on it. Yeah, also bad for business. They don't really have OSHA, but you get the point.
Yeah.
So, with this being the problem, how do you wish to solve it?
Can I just like sit where their grain and stuff is and just like look, just like watch for where it's coming from and stuff?
Sure.
Like wait for it, basically.
Yeah, I get you. First things first, make a stealth check.
Yeah. '21.
21. Now make me a perception check.
Not that. 18.
18. All right. So, as it comes down to it, you in your first day just kind of waiting in their storeroom, they eventually end up like closing the door and leaving you in there for some time. Just listening in, waiting. Your dark vision's kind of kicking in and you're looking around for any kind of movement.
I also have blind sense, so if it comes within 10 feet of me, I know exactly where it is, even if I do not see it.
True, it doesn't. But if you listen in and try to be as quiet as possible, which does help, because eventually you hear something that sounds like gnawing. Like teeth gnawing on cloth or like rucksack. And you kind of slowly creep around and can see what looks like a relatively big rat. Except it's not the only one there. You see another one next to it.
Okay. And they just look like rats?
They just look like rats.
Do I see where they came from?
I'm gonna say
Do I see
make
any, like, openings?
with an 18 perception check, as you're kind of looking around, you don't know exactly where they came from given where all the stock is, but you get the feeling it's probably somewhere along the walls. You don't know. These buildings are made of stone, so it has to be something structural if it's coming from the walls.
Right. Can I
Throw a
set
dagger?
a dagger in each of them?
Sure you may. Since you're gonna get the surprise, do me a favor, roll initiative.
Oh, that's true. Yep. Natural 20 plus 10, 30.
Yeah, you go first. Roll make that first attack.
So do I get surprised?
Yes.
Okay, so
Because
it's
they
an
did not-
automatic critical. With at least with no, I'm not doing that. And with this one, it's even more. So give me 2 seconds.
You wanted to roll
need
the
to do
damage of
math.
everything?
There's a lot of damage. Okay, so it's
So you are using sneak attack for this one. Okay.
yeah. I mean,
You sure?
hold on. I need to look at this because it's 2. So it's 12 plus 2d6. Which is 6, so it's 18, and then it's 1d, so it's 6 plus. Yes, so it's 6 plus 1, and then it's 4 plus 2, and then it's plus 5. It's a lot of damage.
I'm aware. You fucking kill it.
Yeah.
A 30
Yeah.
hit. That's all you needed to tell me was a 30 hit. You're using sneak attack.
No,
I knew you were
you-
gonna fucking kill it.
It's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and then the second one.
Yep. 20 hits.
Which I think is also a in a critical.
It is also critical,
Right?
so it's a total
Yeah,
of
so
8 points of
not
damage.
that much. Yes. Well, yes.
Because you can't use your dex.
But I can.
That's enough to kill the other one too.
Okay. Okay. Yay! Death.
Yeah, you toss the 2 daggers, and as you hear as they get stuck with the knives, one after the other, not even a moment to react before everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
You got them. You bring them out as your little trophies on your daggers.
Yeah, but I want to look for like wherever they came from. Too.
Sure, make me an investigation check.
If we can just have that natural 20 again, that would be cool. 14.
14. It's not hard to find. Again, because it's stone walls, so when you find the hole in the wall, it's more like at the corner crease, and it seems like something there has eroded it over time. And looking out at it, it looks like it's a small little burrow, so they would have had to come in and dig their way through. But it's pretty easy. Like you can feel like some of the stone is actually pretty easy. Just kind of push away with your finger. So it wasn't hard for them to go through this. And it's partially that's partially to do with the fact that that looks like one of their drinks at one point had spilled in here. So when rats got in, they just made their way in, and whatever drink was there was corrosive enough to the stone that it just kind of eroded its way through.
Yeah. So I'll bring the rats out and then like show them the hole and everything so that they can fix it up.
Yeah. For your payment for that, by the way, they are going to give you 2 gold.
Yay!
And they are very grateful for your help. And also especially grateful that you took care of it in the first fucking day.
Effective.
Very. Now Spot.
That's me.
It's you.
How do you plan to track down this person of interest?
Immediately. I need to investigate. Of course, I could just stake out shops and look, but I might miss it, and also they might be at a different store every day. I feel like that would be very inefficient. But
I was actually gonna ask, with the time that we spent in the market district, would we be able to gather a little bit of information about the Dragonborn?
I would say that you could potentially,
Stories,
through hearing stories and comments about them. Yes, you see some of them mention he looks menacing, to they swear they heard a woman, to they're not afraid to get violent with people, and are incredibly slippery. You've heard them referred to as the Cast Iron Bandit.
Cast Iron Bandit?
The Cast Iron
I'm
Bandit.
going to the
Why cast iron?
From rumors and stories, that's their weapon of choice.
Like cast iron skillets?
Like a cast iron fucking pan, yeah. Like some people have been hit upside the head trying to stop her, and it's hurt like hell.
It's Rapunzel. It's Rapunzel, guys.
I think I might know who the culprit is. But I would, of course, go to where all the criminals gather, if that is a place. I don't know.
Where does Spot think all the criminal? We're gonna fucking like Spot's solo adventure over here. Where does Spot think all the criminals gather?
Well, let's be honest, the mayor's office, but you know.
The mayor's office? Alright, so you start investigation at the mayor's office.
No.
No?
I would go to the place where I can gamble the most. That is kind of not fancy. So not like a fancy gambling place.
So
but like an
you go
illegal
to like a low-end tavern.
Yes.
Okay.
That is where I would go.
Alright, yeah, there's a low-end tavern on like the offside of town that's not near either of the entrances of the city. You kind of make your way that direction.
I'm good.
I'll say as you're there, you make your way inside, you immediately, well, first off, roll me a d20, because this is probably gonna, you're still gonna upkeep the disguise, right?
Yeah. Of course.
So you're gonna look like a high elf, alright.
14.
14. All right. As you make your way inside and you look, with your clothes as they are still, whatever Belden's clothes that you kind of picture him wearing, what he would have seen him wear in his memories. Elegant clothing. You look noble-ish. Like an actual proper sorcerer. But one of the things that immediately catches your eye is that nobody else looks like that in this tavern. You look out of their caliber, and you make your way inside, and you're apparent to everyone. Like, they are aware that you're there. Like, conversation stops, and they're like, the fuck is this jackass who just walked in?
Immediately.
Immediately.
Any Dragonborn.
I
Any
mean,
Dragonborn. Do I see anyone?
is there a dragon? Make me a perception check.
I would make this quite easy if I just see one solo Dragonborn in the corner. Perception?
I have to make sure that it's the right
19.
Dragonborn now.
I'll look for the cast iron, whatever that fuck means. 19.
And then pummel.
We're not engaging in dragonborn racism here.
A 19? No, there's no dragonborn in this area first.
Okay, yeah. I would like to go to the bartender, up to the bar.
Okay, you waltz your happy ass right in. Bartender looks at
Oh.
you with a stone cold face. What'll it be?
Would you perhaps have some wine in this establishment?
Yeah, I got wine.
I'd I at the moment realized that I have no money, but that's fine. Well, I'll look for that later. I was more thinking of inquiring about something, if you might allow me.
Right, well, a glass of wine for the elf is going to be, we'll say, a gold.
Nice. Okay, I got this. Easy peasy. I'm looking. I get it. Fuck, no, I can't. I actually don't. This kind of fucks with me that I don't have any money.
Do you not have any money, like not even 10 silver?
I have zero money. I have literally zero money. I gave it all away. This is dumb. I pickpocketed Caroline for 5 gold before I left. Easy peasy.
But you didn't.
I know I didn't. This kind of fucks with me. Anyway, forget the wine. I'm more about the service, if you mind. I'll get the wine later.
We're a bartending service, not an information broker.
Well, what's...
If
where
you
would
want
I find
either,
an
both will
information
cost you.
broker? Yeah, but where... where would I find an information broker?
What's the matter, youngling? The wine too rich for your blood?
What's he call me? I didn't get that.
Youngling.
Youngling? Okay. Not particularly, but I felt like it was more of a commodity than anything. I'm more of a straight to businessman.
As am I. And you've yet to
Yeah.
pay for the business.
I don't have any money. I'll
Leave.
offer up something, I guess. Whatever. This is so boring. I have shit. I have stuff.
At this point, you see some of the patrons start to stand.
Yeah, of course they are. I'm gonna fucking... No, I didn't fuck up. I just am broke. Shut up. Okay, I got it.
You've got really high persuasion if you want to try anything.
I do.
Or intimidation or deception. Like, you have options, my guy. What is the
I
plan?
got it. Okay.
I know
I
it wasn't
will
one when you
bring
got
out-
here.
I will bring out
Uh-huh.
my amulet of equilibrium. And I'll be like, and I'll do a little persuasion. I'll be like, would this be considered a payment for a tiny bit of information? It is gold. It looks very fancy.
Amulet of
It's
Equilibrium.
It's an uncommon, wondrous item.
I am aware. Hang on.
I was just looking through my inventory, and it took some time.
Hang on. The Amulet of Equilibrium. Okay. Okay.
And I would do.
I'm
a
trying to read what
persuasion
it does. Okay.
check. It just makes you be able to.
Fancy
I
magic stuff.
gotcha. It's fancy magic stuff
Reroll.
that you've never fucking used.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I'm offering it up for nothing.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Ooh, 19.
At which point you see the dwarf there that you've been talking to this whole time kind of puts his hands up to the other guys behind him. Sends him away. I suppose that can be arranged, and he snatches it from your hand.
I let go pretty easy. I have never had no attachment to that shit.
What would you like to know?
I am of the situation where I would like to have something stolen from someone. And I would personally have heard quite the rumor of this bandit who never gets caught for anything. And that is the service that I would like to acquire. If you have anything on that.
I know who you're looking for, and I know you're not from around here.
This is true.
Which means you've got some power to yourself to manage a couple things, but money as well, clearly in some facet. Nevertheless, having something stolen from someone is a crime in this city.
It's indeed a crime, which is why I would like for someone else to have done it.
I suppose you're looking for the bandit, huh?
I am indeed.
You're not exactly subtle about it,
Well, again.
but I can assure you
well,
she's not
this
here.
guy. She's not here.
Be you bounty hunter or genuinely naive nobleman. She doesn't work for anybody as far as we're aware. Solo runner.
That's too bad. I was ready to offer quite a price, but if they're not in that game, that's too bad.
Make another deception check.
Come on. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that one. Fuck that shit. I'm rolling the really fucking shit.
Bend luck.
I could do bend block, but I also have a thing where I can re-roll.
Yeah, spend a social point to reroll, yeah.
Not OP at all. 21.
21. You see him think for a second. She may come through here occasionally with some of her wares to sell. I might know where she might sell them. Can't guarantee she'll be there tonight. For a price, of course.
See.
After all, you only asked for a tiny bit of information, and I do have more to share.
So, if I could get that application, if I offer you something more, you would be able to arrange for me to meet.
I
the
can't
bandits?
promise anything. But I can tell you where she hangs around. One of the shops that deals in her stolen wares. Help you along your search.
That would be quite a nice bit of information for me to know. With this,
So pay for it.
course. Let me just look at my stack real quick. Okay. I need to actually find something. Okay. I mean, I could do that.
Fuck, but to lose all of his magic items just because.
Yeah, no, I kind of have to. I don't need money. I'm just checking the plastic. Fuck, this is what I get for spending all my money. It is fine though.
Here, you look for that.
No,
one.
just do the Cadworth body pillow.
The Cadworth body pillow.
Yeah.
Offer that up.
It's
Huh?
literally the body pillow of one of the members of Pink Floyd.
It's
That
literally-
could sell for like a pretty penny.
That is true.
You should get Cadworth to sign it.
I should. Pink Floyd body pillow signed by the members of Pink Floyd. That'd be
Yeah.
sick. Yeah. I guess I'll have to offer up another magical item.
You think it's worth it?
I don't have any. It could be worth it. I don't use these magical items, so 200 gold would suit me way better.
You're broke.
That's
I am
not
broke
having
ass.
gold.
Yeah, I will. Because I could lie. I could just say they're really powerful, but they're not. Could.
You can do whatever you want.
I could potentially do that. 24 pages of incriminating documents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. We'll try this. We'll try. I would fish out a dagger, magical dagger.
Okay.
And I would like to do a deception check to see. I bought. I'll roleplay what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I'd like to do a deception check.
Well, you
So I'll
pull
whip
out a
out the
dagger.
dagger. That looks pretty nice. Looks
What
pretty nice.
what dagger are you pulling out?
A dagger +1.
A plus
I
one
don't know if
dagger.
that's magical
Okay.
or-
Okay.
It is
That's magical.
magical.
Yes.
Is that magical?
It's medical.
Yeah, okay, so it looks magical, and if he's like, oh, is it magic? I could be like, yeah, it's magical. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
roleplay moment. I'll take it out of my bag, lay it on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this one a little while ago for about 150 gold, and I didn't really get around to using it, so I guess I could part with it for your information.
Make me. Yeah, make me a deception check.
So close.
So close.
That is so close. Tides of Chaos only works before I do it, right? It's not counteractively. I don't know.
You can throw in Tides of Chaos if you want.
I could just do that.
I mean, usually you do it beforehand, I think. Read Tides of Chaos, I don't know.
It sounded like you said I could do it after anyway. That's what it sounded like. Yeah, it's
Read.
it's
If you
just one
click on
color
it.
where it's to gain advantage. So
Yeah, but that's the short text though.
yeah. I'll do the fucking other one again because I'm great like that.
Well, no, Taylor was
Such a fucking
saying you,
so
you click on
If
it and it'll
you
tell you
click
the
on the-
full description of the feature.
Yeah.
Starting for the level, you can
You say
manipulate
that
the force of
though.
It
magic
just
once
says
you do
that
so.
it gives that. Yeah, it just says that
Yeah,
you
it gives
can
me
gain
advantage.
You
advantage.
gain
roll.
advantage, yeah. Anytime before you regain the use of feature, yeah, I gotcha, okay.
I
So
will
when you
re-roll.
when you gain advantage, it means you have to use it before you make the check.
I'll reroll
Okay.
and then give myself advantage.
Okay. I'll allow it.
This is how we do it.
That works for me.
That's worse.
That is worse, actually.
Oh.
Oh, I
Oh.
clicked out my
Oh.
character. Oh, no.
Oh. Oh. No,
You
just
be
go
on.
back.
Okay, so your first one was your new roll is a 16.
Yes, sadly. I actually rolled worse. This is awful. That's fine.
Okay. He chimes in. Right, well, don't suppose, if you don't mind parting with it, that I couldn't part with some information. Give it here.
I'll slide it over.
He takes it, takes a look at it. Paid a pretty price for something like this. Stabs it at the table and digs it out. It's a good
Yeah.
piece.
I did.
Not worth the 150.
No. That's all.
But still worth something, I don't suppose. There's a jeweler in town. They've got connections with what's sounding like a soon-to-be new thieves guild. They're trying to keep quiet, so I suggest you keep it that way too. There is some business to be dealt in the underworld, though one may not exist now. I'd prefer to keep it that way. And perhaps no offense to you, but you are one shit bounty hunter. Though I appreciate the trinkets.
No problem.
Talk to the jeweler, or better yet, don't. Wait for the Dragonborn to appear.
I appreciate the conversation. Have a nice evening.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't come back till you've figured your shit out. Did you awkwardly walk
Yes, you
away?
will. No, I confidently walk away. Performance check.
Performance check?
Confidently walk away. I don't awkwardly walk away. I never did.
Go ahead, make a performance check. Let's see how confidently you walk away.
20.
Alright, fair enough.
Confidently.
I'm upset that wasn't a lower roll, because I so badly wanted you to be like, you know what, sir? Fucking trip. Never mind.
No.
Hits the door. Fuck.
Strong,
But no, you're fine.
strong turn, strutting out.
Okay.
Shaking the booty.
Hmm?
Shaking the
So
booty.
I have a question.
Shaking Beldlin's booty.
So, how much stuff did Spot get pickpocketed for?
He didn't get pickpocketed for
Um,
anything, as far as he's aware, but, like, he...
I have a great perception.
Yeah, actually, what is your passive perception?
17, so I could have been pickpocketed. So.
Oh, you're fucked.
The thing is, he doesn't have any money, which is what pickpockets go for.
That is
So even
true.
if somebody
have
tried,
Yeah.
which metagaming, someone tried.
My
you
coin
have
purse is
nothing.
gone.
So it doesn't matter, because you have nothing.
Let's go.
Did you take the... Yeah, there you go.
But you gave away about maybe 210 gold worth of fucking stuff for lackluster information.
For
And
great
that's-
information.
That's
What do you
that's
mean?
the biggest con of it
You
all.
got
Lies.
you got rolled, dude. You got absolutely rolled.
No.
You got taken for a truly, truly terrible ride.
Like you say,
You-
these things
like-
are worth 200 gold, but I have never fucking used them, and they're not worth anything.
There's a magic shop in town you could have sold it to. Made enough money off of it that you could
made, like,
bribe
60
the
gold
person
from
for
that,
like
yeah. And you could just bribe them
Yeah.
and pocketed about 40 gold.
That wouldn't have been funny though. Look, I help society. I'm supporting local businesses.
Sure.
Nah, I would have, but I felt like it would have been too dumb to like walk out and come back in after going to the ATM. You know. I feel like that was just stupid.
Is that what you call
The
Talia now?
Helios just out here doing like a hard day's work for
no, I
like exterminating a tavern.
I didn't say Caroline, I said Telia.
Helios.
I knew what the fuck I said.
I know,
Anyway,
I just felt steely. I should have thought of it, but you know.
we'll
But you got
say
information.
you
I
did
did
get
get the
information,
information.
and you can relay that to everyone else during that day.
And I will not
of
relay the
work.
part where I spent 60 gold on it. You know. That is not one going to be relayed.
Yeah, you don't have to tell them exactly how it
Well-
happened. You just gotta tell them you got it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, interesting. Tell us more about how you got this information.
Magic.
Magic.
I just did some magic.
Did you
know.
hurt anyone?
No one is hurt. No one is hurt.
Okay.
We'll say
Just
that
your
was on the
pride.
next day.
Actually, I think one person is quite better off at the moment. Quite too much.
Okay.
Alright.
Neat.
Well, at least maybe we have
Some
a connection
information.
to make.
Quite too good. What do you mean, some information? We literally have the information.
Is this jeweler in the market district?
There would be, yes.
Can we go back for another protection job?
That you may. They're going to be very excited to see Catrith again.
I mean, yeah, I'll come back.
Okay. For this next day, Illiken, do you want to repeat the same job as before? Or do you want to
Yeah,
try?
sure.
I was gonna say, or do you want to try something else that pays better, or?
Well, I mean, what else is available?
You could join the other two boys in their security job.
If you come
Or-
along,
I feel like I'd messed it up.
Illiken's too cute. Illiken's too lovable.
Yeah, I feel like it's that you're too kind.
Illiken's too
Big fuck off
clumsy.
Goliath accidentally
Like as
bumped into
soon as
someone.
somebody
Oops,
looks
I'm
at
so
you, you would
sorry.
like smile at them.
Dude, somebody could shoulder check your shin and you'd apologize.
If there was a hunting party thing, I don't know. I feel like Illiken would be
for the
better at
wolves.
that because she's already got the knowledge.
Illiken's over here just enjoying her life in the bakery.
Yeah, I mean, the people are nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
And everyone's so friendly.
Illiken's too good for this world. Alright. Illiken, go ahead and make me another... What was the check I gave you last time?
Charisma?
Oh yeah, it was just straight
Hold on.
charisma, that's right.
Yep. Almost forgot the H. Oh no, that's a 6. I did bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that helpful today. It wasn't the worst, but like it was to the point where they had to cover some damages. So they only sent you home with 1 copper piece today.
No.
Life sucks.
Illiken just has golden retriever energy.
Yeah.
Illiken just feels really bad and small in that moment, despite the size.
Aww.
Baby.
Caroline, you need a new job. What do you want to do since you fucking pace yourself out of work?
Yeah, I think I'll tag along with Spot if he wants me.
Of course.
Yeah.
That was the look of, you want me, right?
Yeah.
That was Celia being take the out.
Are you? Yeah, it's.
Good job.
Yeah,
Are
so
you
what
also
I'll
gonna
do-
come along
So,
to the jeweler shop?
security.
Is that what's happening, or are you guys going somewhere else?
I don't know. Spot's team leader.
Okay.
Security. The two of you running security the next day, make me your intimidation checks.
Nice.
Sure. Is that me or is
Security,
me and
yeah,
Kat,
it's you.
right?
It's you and Kat,
Eight.
yeah.
8?
8.
8?
Damn.
Luckily
11.
from the... So, okay. Luckily from the other day beforehand, like, you did manage to push away a fair amount of people just with your sheer fucking presence, because they were like, let's go thieve... Nope, not today. And they saw you again today, and were like, fuck, how often is he gonna be here? And they just leave, because they're intimidated from the previous day. Though maybe it was that hubris, because some people did still manage to sneak past you, and some things were taken. It's not the best of jobs done.
Would my passive perception help that at all? Because passive perception is 19. No?
Not
Not like
necessarily.
it
No,
would
because
be
they don't
for the
want you in the
intervene.
stores where the thieving is happening. They want you standing outside of the stores, watching the streets, preventing like with secure, like a little like security badge or sticker or some shit like that. Like, you know, if they hear like, "Hey, stop
Mhm.
thief," you go chasing after them, which is where your skills do come in play. With that 11, you're fast enough to catch pretty much every fucking criminal that is caught. Like if they yell thief, you're on it, like white on rice. Or in your case, brown on brown rice. But regardless, you managed to get there. Sorry, you managed to get there in time. Stop them.
Yeah, good.
Get them back with what they're doing, or get back the materials they stole. And often, like sometimes when Cadric catches up, he can pin them down for the cops to come and take the thieves away. It is a job done well enough. Though Cadric, they are disappointed with your performance. So only only 2 silver for you, but that is going to be 4 silver for Goran.
At 6 silver, let's go. As for being able to make contact with that person at the jeweler's shop.
The other part of this, yes. So, hearing about the jeweler's shop, you are more keenly aware of people going in and out of it, though you're not exactly sure who fits what description. On today, no Dragonborn. You even would probably see, like, if Caroline and Spot make their way down that way during this day, which we'll get to that when they want to. But no Dragonborn from what you've been able to see. What else would you like to do?
I'm not really looking for the Dragonborn. I mean, that's something I'd be keeping an eye out for, but I don't think they would be making contact in the middle of the day. First off. Second off, I'm just trying to make a little bit more in terms of the people who might be going in there for, like, you know, the reasons of like, oh hey, I'm trying to make contact with this person, or like I'm looking for folks who stand out just a little bit, or are trying to blend in a little too much.
Okay, I'll allow you to go ahead and make me a perception check.
I would say kind of involves hearing, because
Nope.
It is... Okay.
Your description was based off of sight. We're going off sight.
Cool, 27.
27. There would be one individual you could probably catch that's probably, like, legitimately sketchy. Stands out above everybody else, makes his way into the jeweler's shop, doesn't look like he belongs there, and makes his way out. You kind of get an idea for what this individual looks like. They don't look like anybody that you would have recognized. They look rough, like they're in the lower end of town. Probably, like... the best way I could describe it is, like, somebody who looks like they're down on their luck, who probably got lucky, but definitely is out of place in the jeweler's shop.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do with that
Okay.
information?
Where are they headed?
They are not headed back
General
the way they
direction.
came. So as he comes down the street and makes his way into the jeweler's shop, he comes out and continues walking down the street away from everyone.
Okay.
And I'll give
just
you
like...
a hearing. He would have had more coin than he walked in with. Just because of your hearing.
There's Caroline, Telia, look, I want to. Should I?
You have a sending stone.
Telia, please. I know I have a sending stone. This isn't me, like... This is like the rogue vibes, okay? It's rogue telepathy. It's not a magical thing, it's just, I want to.
Caroline is not around for
Telia,
this.
tell me no. Telia, tell me no. Okay, fuck it, dude. Can I roll a stealth check?
Are you gonna abandon the job before you are finished with your job?
No, as he's leaving the store.
Right, this had happened during your day. So you wouldn't make the money.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm not gonna manage the job. I'm gonna keep the job then.
Okay.
If
But I
it
was gonna
means
say,
that I'd be advanced.
you do have ascending stone. You could be like, hey, Caroline, keep a lookout for this individual.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, which will help you with your metagaming problem.
I wasn't metagaming. I was
I know,
asking to be
I know.
told no because
This
I
time.
wanted to fucking. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, with the sending stone, I'll say that you're allowed to transmit that information, and Caroline, you have the info from before. And knowing that, that'll help your guys' investigation as well.
Okay.
So with the two of you on site, what are you two doing?
I have an idea.
You have an idea?
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Well, I have these two rings, which gives me an in going to the jewelers. And then if they're in the know, I could potentially communicate with them.
The jeweler?
Yeah.
Okay. The guy said to not do that. But I don't know.
Well, the guy said that you shouldn't do that.
Okay. Whatever. Sure.
Okay, sassy.
You think that would be
Oop.
cool?
It could be.
Should I just chill or should I just follow you? I have rings. I have those sometimes.
Yeah. First, I'm gonna give you 10 gold.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Some of it's probably in like silver, but
I'm just gonna.
Kind of metagaming.
what? That some of it is in silver?
No, that you're giving money. He didn't ask for money.
But
It
like,
was
imagine,
kind of
like,
obvious that he. Well, I know that he doesn't have money.
Think of it like
the
when you take a
past.
child to like an amusement park and you give him some money for some stuff, you know?
Christ.
Rosie, hush.
Captain Caroline is taking control of
Alright.
this operation.
I'll go and look at cool rings, I guess. It's cool. Pretty cool.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So you guys make your way down to the jeweler shop then.
Yep.
As you make your way inside, you can see that there are not a lot. There's not a lot here, but you can see there are a couple of like glass canvases with locks on them, each with their own like decorative piece of jewelry inside of them. You can see a lot of these are, you know, relatively decently priced. Some of them are at the range of like, oh, that's 20 gold pieces for a nice little gold ring. That one is a really nice, delicate and intricate design. That's 100 gold. There is one thing that catches your eye, which is probably like really out of your price range, which is behind the main counter where you can see a this is a he's a drow, who looks like he's got probably like an eye for mineral, if not, he's an eye for detail for when it comes to jewelry. And I say that with like the monocle on his eyes. He's inspecting a piece of jewelry somebody's brought in. But behind the wall, something that catches your eye as you make your way inside is this really beautiful, ornate necklace that looks like it drapes down and has a single black sapphire in the center of it. As well as what looks like a pair of like rubies and emeralds that are inlaid on the sides too. It's a very beautiful piece, looking like it is made of solid gold. And it's probably closer to like, it doesn't have a price tag on it, but just from gathering, actually, yeah, you wouldn't be able to know because you don't know the price of these materials. It looks very expensive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll wait my turn.
Okay. So eventually it gets to the point where the individual makes a deal. They end up exchanging coin and materials, and the ring is put in a small case where he can shine it up and polish it. But as the individual makes its way out and leaves, and you guys kind of finish your part here, eventually you hear, right, and what can I do for you?
Right. I have these two rings. I just want to make sure that they're genuine. It's
Really?
one is gold and one is silver.
Okay.
Um, one of them is from Dante's office in the mines, and the other one is from one of the ruined houses in Firestone.
Okay. Do you know which one's from which? Because I'm pretty sure I do. If I'm not mistaken, the gold
I
one was from Dante's, right?
uh, let me check. Where are they? Where'd they go? Do I not have them here? What? Okay, that's silly. I don't have it written down right here. I
Mhm.
have it somewhere. I have the information somewhere, just not right here, right now.
Gotcha.
But
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure the gold one did come from Dante's, and there's a reason for that, which I'll explain now. As he takes a look at the gold ring first, since it appears to be the more valuable one, he takes a little gander at it and looks into it. This looks like a proper wedding band. Um, it is made of gold, but it looks like it's already been sized and fitted to somebody's hand as well. Did you acquire this off of someone, or was this from an inheritance?
Yeah, I inherited it.
Deception check.
28.
28? Okay. Right. Well, it is a decent piece. Unfortunately, it's not worth too much, at least in the realm of jewelry, though it is a solid gold piece, and you could probably have it billed for about 100 gold. It is of nice quality. It's got a solid weight to it, which tells me that it has a fair density to it. The other, however, looks like it is an alloyed piece. It wouldn't be worth much of anything on the market. Perhaps it could be sold for maybe 2 silver, 3 silver, but it is not a genuine piece of silver.
Right. I'll also just like talk, like make conversation about the city, about what I did yesterday, and if he speaks thieves' cant,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be saying, if you have any information or any jobs, I would love to hear.
Here does respond and thieves can't. Chiming back with, I don't commission jobs. But if you have jewelry that needs to be fenced out of the market, I am the one to call for that, though you didn't hear it from me. Is your partner understanding this, or is it just you? Then I'd expect this to stay between us. Are these fenced materials? Or materials you need fenced out?
No.
I was about to tell you as well, the silver is not worth anything, unfortunately. It would be worth fencing
Yeah.
it through me. But the ring, as I stated before, it is a wedding band, and a blacksmith could take it for a decent price. I'd be willing to fence it out to you for about 60 gold.
I think I'll keep the gold for now, but you can just take the silver if you want it.
I don't.
Okay.
Do you have anything else that you'd like appraised? He says back in common.
You see anything you want?
Nothing in particular.
No.
No.
What is the deal with that necklace?
An intricate piece brought from across the seas. Rumor has it it was once a part of a grand collector's intricate set, and it made its way through me through a couple of crossed hands, though it is centuries old. Chances are the kingdom it once came from no longer remembers its existence. Well, if they did, it's not worth the travel. If you plan to stay local, at least, it's a very good and intricate piece, and I can assure you that it has no value outside of any value it can behold to the eye. It's been gone in my capacity for so long that it's not going to be... It's not of a piece that's been... It can't be reclaimed. The piece itself has been modified. The rubies you see are fake. They are instead a rarer red emerald. And thus depreciating the value, though it is no longer an exact piece and instead is a replica for legal reasons. All that was said in Thieves' Camp, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Spot, you are fucking confused.
We're out there talking about the weather. Talking about just random things.
Gaia made a new friend.
Yeah, she did. Maybe after a few days I'll come back for that.
Possibly, though. I worry you may not be able to afford it even with your blood. It is still, yet despite being a modified, genuine piece, it is still mostly its own. And the rubies were removed as well to depreciate the value enough that it went onto the market. The piece itself can be sold for... I gotta do math here really quick. 8,000 gold. Though if you were to keep it with the original rubies, you'd be running somewhere closer to about 1,300.
That seems like a fair price.
Sorry, 1,400 would have been the original. But anyway, not important.
Yeah.
But 8,000 is what he's charging.
Okay.
Well then, do take care.
You too.
As you leave, you get a message from Goran. Mentioning the guy from before. And telling you the direction he had it off.
And that he's got some coin on him.
Yep.
So we can rob him blind.
I will relay the information to Spot.
Hmm.
Your team leader,
Oh,
what do you want
God.
to do?
Sounds very suspicious.
Indeed.
He with more money.
Spot, did you roll for your disguise? You just rocking Spot now.
I don't know. Would that be silly to rock to this guy? Say soak information in?
I mean, don't you have... Can't you be anything you want?
Let's check this. Pick a different one.
Yeah.
Let's check. I'm pretty wild like that. Sure, I'll do it. But I'll be different. I'll not be the elf guy.
Who will you be?
I will be... who will it be?
Do you want to know what I look like?
Sure. If that helps.
I don't know.
Some way.
Like, if you want to, like...
Match it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Be Camellia.
Good, I could.
That would be very funny. I have long brown hair.
Good.
I look wood elven. So like my skin is a little like slightly tinted green.
She did put on green face.
And I have like yeah, basically.
Okay.
My face looks a little different from what
Sure,
normal
I'll do
looks, but...
wood elf, but with a nice hat.
Important.
Okay.
I'll do this.
This is
Wood elven, long auburn hair, nice hat.
this is
That's pretty much all the important details. Everything else can be plain.
Okay.
Then
As all of that takes place, what is it that you guys would like to do instead then? Is there anything else you guys like to do during your day?
us.
Yes.
Are we going after the guy?
yeah, I thought we would look for the guy.
Okay, we're
Okay.
looking for the guy.
Sure,
we
go
got
ahead and
here?
make me perception checks, the two of you.
Oh.
Also, I'm making sure to walk like right next to Spot so that he doesn't get pickpocketed.
I would not get pickpocketed in this place. What do you mean? I was literally in the
16.
biggest thievery bar, and I didn't even get pickpocketed once.
You didn't have money.
Caroline, 18.
16. Oh, yeah, 18. Yeah.
I got a 10. So.
Okay. As you guys make your way through the city, the direction this individual went, probably like hiding your way into alleyways because you think that's where he might have gone, wherever the hell this individual went, he is long gone.
Damn.
Damn, that was fast.
Well, that's kind of what thieves do. Spot's intently watching a beetle on the wall.
No. I'm thinking.
You're thinking?
Yeah.
That's just
is
how he
Okay.
processes his thought, by watching a beetle walking around on a wall.
No, it was just the guy, talking. The new Thieves Guild possible.
Does the beetle have a name, Spot?
No. It's George.
I was about to say, is it Ringo?
Wonderful.
I hate Ringo. I'm gonna kill him.
Alright.
Yeah.
With that, we'll go ahead and move on to the next day.
Is there still time for me to do something with the rest of my day,
yes.
or is there like a magic shop in this city?
There is. What would you like to do?
I have a bunch of magic items I don't use, so I was thinking I could just pawn them off.
Okay, okay. Easy enough. You have to tell me what magic items you are pawning off, but yes, you may.
Yeah. So I have a basilisk dagger, which is rare, so I'm feeling, and I don't use that ever at all.
Correct. The value of a basilisk dagger. Ooh, hang on one second. Let me go ahead and. Mm-hmm. Do. Okay, so
It's a dagger. I'm pretty sure Caroline would want it.
Caroline already has one, actually.
She does not.
Basilisk dagger. Hmm.
I have one already.
Hmm.
Okay.
She has plenty of daggers.
I can always have
But more
like,
dagger.
it's my little collection.
Well, I'm also like broke, so
Yeah.
So,
Rather than
I owe you like 300 gold or something.
so
Before
for the
that purchase.
basilisk dagger, they'd be willing to take it off your hands for about 200 gold.
okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I have my adamantine half plate.
Oh shit.
I have not worn it since I became a monk, so
A monk. Yeah. Fucking.
monk paladin, whatever.
Oath of
Since I
discipline.
swore the oath of discipline, I have not used my armor.
Half plate, right?
Yep.
We'll say for the adamantine half plate, they're willing to part with that.
Buy it.
Hang on.
Money, money, money.
Gotta go through like multiple pages to do some calculations over here. So they will part with that for about It's gonna be.
Super much money. 10 billion gold.
I'm trying to do math over here.
5 electric.
10 billion gold.
So, what was the first time you sold again? What was that again?
The basilisk dagger.
Basilisk. That's right. So for the adamantine armor, they will give.
10 billion gold.
It is worn armor, right?
Yes, but not in a long time.
They're gonna start you at 125 gold.
That's significantly less than I expected.
Barter.
I guess I'll just ask, like, is this price open to negotiation?
Of course it is. Depending on what you're wanting for it. It is a valuable piece, but I can see that has been worn, and though it has not been worn in some time, that does not mean it is not a used piece of equipment. Granted,
I'm well aware, but it's adamantine. Just because it's been worn down a little bit, it doesn't actually decay or decrease in how much it protects you. You know what I'm saying? You know, other armor, it'll actually degrade over time, but not adamantine. Whole point is that you can't scratch it. Plus, it's still in pretty good condition, even though it's been used.
make a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
Genomförd.
28.
28.
Yes.
He takes a couple looks at the armor. The armor itself, though adamantine, has seen some significant damage and has exemplarily protected the wearer. I assume you at some point. Adamantine can still be damaged, even though it is a somewhat magical property of the item. It does not mean the item itself is magical. It does negate some innate properties of combat, though, which is incredibly useful. I will admit, I was trying to lowball you. I didn't think you understood the value of armor, and that is my apologies. How about 750 gold?
I will take it.
That's quite the low ball, too.
Yeah, they
Is there-
lowballed the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
They thought I was so stupid.
They
Yeah.
were like, no, we'll give like less than we gave you for the dagger.
Yeah, like, no, buddy, no.
To the original price. That's
And you know, I
fine.
think they
Yeah.
might still even be lowballing me again, but I don't want to push my luck.
Kind of are, yeah.
So
Like,
750,
is
you
there-
said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Is there anything useful here?
Couple of things. They've got some rings and lots of potions. Couple of wondrous items here and there. They do also have some look more like
They've just recently acquired
stylish
Basilisk
weapons. They did just
adamantine
recently
armor.
acquire.
Yeah, they have
That's
adamantine
true.
half plate.
Yes. Depending on what you're looking for, they can probably find it.
Yeah, I'm more
I have
in
more
the
stuff I
market.
wanted to
Wands.
sell.
I gotcha. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Well, feel free to take keep going there. If you want.
Yeah,
to
I
get
had
that
more
last
shit I
one.
wanted to sell.
Cadrith, go for it.
I have my Brawler's ring, which, I mean, I don't use that anymore. I just punch people for real.
The Brawler's ring. Let me take a look.
Yeah, it's an uncommon ring. It makes your unarmed strikes deal the D4 damage, so I don't really need it anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Brawler's ring, they'd be willing to sell, or they'd be willing to buy for... Not that valuable. They can pass it off for 20 gold.
Sure.
Okay.
And then I have a Cloak of Billowing, which is only wondrous. I'm guessing it's not worth very much.
Cloak of Billowing is the blue on black cloak.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, sell that.
Well, like, Everybody knows who I am.
Wait,
Well, then-
Wait, that should make it more
Merch.
valuable, if anything.
Merch.
It's merch. Don't sell.
It
don't
was
sell the
custom
cloak.
made,
Why
like one
not?
for each of your party. But if you want to sell it, you want to sell it.
Huh?
I mean,
I do not have a cloak of billows.
I'll
Not
take
everyone-
it.
not everyone
I'll
does.
keep it.
Okay.
You gonna buy it off
okay,
Cadric?
fine. I just won't
You
sell
don't
it.
want-
I won't sell it. But also, like, there's no mark in my inventory that said this is a blue on black cloak.
Oh, then maybe
but
it's
also,
not.
like,
Actually, yeah, no, it wouldn't be because
I was gonna
that
say, I
means-
thought I had one like that was mine that
you
I just
did,
found
yeah.
one time.
As a matter of fact, you did.
Right, I thought
So
so.
never mind. Yeah, no, Cadrith is right. This isn't the blue and black one because there were only so many of those made.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell my cloak then.
Okay. Let me
Okay.
go over here really quick. Of course, you gotta be a rat bastard.
Can I
Uh,
help with the persuasion check of selling that? Just being like asking if I can play with it for a second, just being standing there all proud while it's like Bill just like fucking having this small shit-eating grin on my face.
Well, I wasn't planning on making a persuasion check, but if you want to do that to try and get the price up,
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure, make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
actually, can
Wait,
I give
fine.
advantage and be like, ah, damn, that is kind of cool, you know? Like, almost
Sure.
makes me want to not get rid of it.
Sure.
Let's go. Okay, persuasion. Persuasion with advantage. 23 total.
23. He thinks about it for a minute.
Think about how you could sell this to like some like just wannabe hero adventurer type. You go for a decent amount of money.
That would be a valid argument if people weren't so afraid of the werewolf problem. Nevertheless, it is a stylish
Yeah, there's always
piece,
that
and
one
a lot
dumb
of what I
motherfucker.
am selling around here is style. I can probably pass it off for, we'll say, 90 gold.
Sure, I'll take it.
I'll take it off and pass it over, fold it up.
Okay.
I have a moon-touched longsword, which I have not used for anything but giving me light, and I don't need that because Illican has the dark vision ability.
Keep it the fuck away from me. I don't touch it.
Is the Moontouch Longsword a +1 weapon at all, or no?
No, it's just normal. It just glows like moon.
Okay.
Like the
He
moon.
thinks about it for a minute, sees that it's glowing with lunar energy. He's gonna make a check on it, trying to appraise it. Okay. Well, on its own, it's not naturally valuable, but given the circumstance, it is in high desire. I'll give you that. Let me think for a moment. For something like this, I'd be willing to say... I could buy it outright for its price. Because at least then I could mock it up and send it off to the guard, and they can distribute it as they want. So we'll say 150 gold.
Yeah, all right, we'll do it.
Wonderful.
I also have a Vox helm.
Let me see.
So much stuff.
God damn.
I mean, it's just a bunch of junk that I haven't touched in years, so...
It's not incredibly useful, though it can be for somebody who needs to be more intimidating. Perhaps it'd be useful for somebody on the security guard, but I'd say 20 gold.
Sure. Okay. What is a coin of delving?
Ah, that's interesting. The coin
It's not like listed as a magic item in my inventory, so I don't actually know what it is,
It
but
is
I
a
have
magic
one.
item. It is a copper coin that sheds light, that sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius. As you pull it out, it sheds light. If it's dropped a distance greater than 5 feet, the coin issues a melodious ringing sound when it hits the surface. Any creature that can hear the chime can determine the distance the coin dropped based on the tone.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'll sell that.
Alright, for something
Yeah,
like
I have
that.
one.
It's not worth much. I could probably sell it for 10, so I'd buy it for probably 5.
That works. And also, I have a. It's just. It says in my inventory, bottle of fire.
Bottle of fire.
I have no idea what this is or when I added it
Is
to
it
my
supposed to
inventory.
be alchemist fire?
I don't know. Alchemist fire is an item. I would have just added alchemist fire, but
It could have been glitchy because this might be from like the ages where D&D Beyond was actually trash. Because that's when we started our campaign. Is when D&D Beyond was still like
I wasn't playing
in its
Cadrith
infancy.
at that point, though.
Yeah, no.
Hmm.
A bottle of fire. What the fuck is that from?
Is it just like
I have.
on? Is there literal fire in it? It's
There
just
is no
going?
description. There is no anything. It just says bottle of fire.
You didn't write any notes to it? I don't even remember what this is.
I mean, like, you might have given it to me and just never explained what it was.
Or just didn't take notes about it, which is fair.
Well, it's like, yeah, because this might have been like, who even knows how long ago I got this thing?
True.
Considering,
yeah.
like,
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. I can't determine the price of that if I don't know what the fuck it is.
fair enough.
7 billion BS.
We just call it alchemist fire.
I can, yeah. He'll buy it off you for 10 gold.
Sure, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be all.
Okay.
Although I do, like, actually, I think I could just go to, like, a regular merchant and sell some of my other shit, because I do just have, like, non-magical things that
Bunch
I
of
want to get
crap.
rid of.
Could do, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be...
Question: does mending work on like stuff like the adamantine plate? Now that I'm just thinking about it.
Mending, you need to have...
Well, I'm just
No,
trying to
because
record the
it's a
basic
solid
damage of the
metal.
thing.
I don't think you can mend solid metal. Let me check the spell. As long...
Repairs a single break or tear in an object.
Yeah, this isn't a
you
break or a
touch.
tear or a broken chain link or anything like that. This is like wear and tear. So mending would not be able to fix that.
Well, it seems like it does, because like it does say like, oh
No,
hey,
repair
you
magic
can
item or
a
construct,
leaking
yeah.
water skin.
So then, yeah, it would be able to repair a magic item to its proper, like, pristine case.
Yeah. Actually, can I be like, hey, actually, I realized there is something I can do to help raise the value of your adamantine plate.
Dude,
Is there really?
Yeah. And do you mind if I just touch it for a minute? And
I'm familiar with
I'll
the
hand
magic.
them the money back if they just want to, like, hold on to it, like,
I
in
am
the
familiar
meantime.
with the magic. I will say that for the services you provide, given we've already struck our deal, I'd be willing to throw in an extra 50 gold.
We'll take it.
than a minute you have.
I mend the object.
I do not personally possess the capabilities,
Um,
otherwise your offer would be invalid or less than valuable.
Yeah. Yeah.
The baby is asleep. It's a sleeping husky.
You'll...
Maybe did big stretch earlier, and I was like,
Yeah, and then it's just like flopped over.
You do that. He's a goober. All right.
Yeah.
So you made 800 gold off the armor, and you made 495 gold off of everything else.
Sweet.
Yeah, I also have a question.
Yes.
There is a particular item that I am looking for.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah. Where is it? How much is it?
Well, the problem is
Is it a
that
wand of fireball?
it's a wand of fireballs. The problem
Yes.
is that is a rare item. You guys have probably added this guy's stock more than he's had as far as like the higher end stuff. He would not sell a wand of fireballs here.
You know where I might be able to find one?
Something like that's going to be
I know
hard
it's
to
a fair-
come by here in Trinian or in Sidore. So, regardless of where you are here, it's not likely going to happen. You'd likely want to commission something like that from a mage of some kind, or perhaps maybe one of the... I don't know. To my knowledge, I would not know anybody around that possesses such magic, since it can often be volatile to our forests.
Fair. I more so, if there's any information anywhere that I might start looking for such an object, I would be interested.
Say it again, sorry.
And if there is anywhere I could go or be looking, any ways I could help out, in exchange for that kind of information, I'd be something I'd be willing to do. Yeah, anything, any lead at all, really. Anything if you...
I will keep my ear to the ground for such an item. And if I know one can be found, then I'm sure I'll be able to find you.
I'll be around. And
So
if you
it's-
do need anything... Sorry. If you do need anything fixed up, or any sort of general help here, I'd be happy to, help out.
That is appreciated. At the moment, I do not have any work that's necessary. And if I do have a contact for that. But should they be unavailable, I will knock at the house that Blue and Black resides. Don't worry. Everyone in the city knows where you are.
Fair.
Oh, just one thing. Can I check if there are any magic gauntlets? Like, specifically the type that would increase my offensive capabilities.
Magic gauntlets. Do you have a specific
I mean, there's a
item in
couple
mind?
listed in the, like, item screen thing.
Yeah. What magic item do you have in mind?
I mean, honestly, any will do.
Gotcha.
I'm just trying to see if I can find a way to punch even harder than I already do.
Okay. Unfortunately not here. I don't think they would be something you could have that you'd be able to grab here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Something else that I can keep an eye out for, but
Yeah.
that is a relatively niche perspective. So if I end up with it in my stock, at the very least, I know somebody will buy it. I'll keep that in mind for when I
Right.
make future purchases. All right. Some of these are interesting. All right. Is that everything you guys are doing here at the the magic shop?
It's everything I got.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I should be alright for now. I kind of want to hit up the jeweler though.
Okay.
That jeweler.
Yeah.
I will say that tentatively for this, then I won't mark off the next day while we're in the middle of it. But I am going to end the session here.
Whoa.
Oh.
I have a therapy appointment, so I kind of have to. Otherwise, we could just stick
Yeah.
around.
Fair. Yeah. I was just literally hoping to hit up the jeweler and be like, "Hey, what do fireballs wear?" That's literally what it is. It's not. I'm not trying to do shit. I literally am trying.
I believe you.
Where I might be able to.
I'll say we'll wrap up the day with you doing that and them saying they will keep an fucking ear out. Because the moment you start speaking thieves' cant, they know they got a friend in you.
Yeah.
So.
Can I give him like 10 gold as just like an incentive marker?
Yes, you may. Make me a persuasion check.
Cool. Every time. Persuasion. 29.
29. He'll be keeping an ear out on the ground and keeping an eye out for anything of the similar sort that comes his way.
Nice.
Very good, very good.
And with that, 11 days total have passed now. And we'll go from there the next session. Thank you guys for watching, hanging out with us. We hope to catch you again next time.
Okay.
Penis.
There it is. Okay, that's what I was waiting for. Goodbye.
Bye.